Welcome back to another episode of Dungeons, Dice Rolls, and Dumbasses. I'm your Dungeon Master, Tyler, and today I'm joined by Mark, playing...
The even more glamorous Jester Raisin, Bardic Sorcerer.
Now with 3 levels of Bard and 5 levels of Sorcerer. And Keegan, playing...
Hanu Papalao, Sword of Warlock.
Now, level 8.
Same Warlock.
And Allison, playing...
Playing the magnificent and beautiful Naira Burrell, also known as Jem the Fairy Rogue.
who has now gained a status as an Archfey Queen over her home region. And Brandon playing...
Zul'dan Enelium, Asamar Tempest Cleric.
Now more shocking than before.
Oh, pun intended.
And John playing...
Vosh Moonblade, Rune Knight, Sorcerer, Kobold.
And a man who needs no introduction. Oh,
Rug fucker. Evoker, wizard. And if you can't be handsome, you should at least be handy. If you know, you know.
and where we have last left off, our party has just finished something of a mix between a rather deadly fight as well as a subterfuge mission into Don Zaburro's mansion. After uncovering his secrets, they've managed to turn the order of the fairy courts against him, relinquishing him of the power he held over the regions, restoring power to those it belonged to originally, now restoring Lunala to power, as well as to most of the party's surprise, Jim to power as the Archfey of her home region. Now, I know we had rushed a little bit at the end there, because I know some stuff, was there stuff he's going to do in the Twilight Town area? Or was it, the Twilight Woods?
Well, I told you after, probably before this.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, you had gotten some stuff from the library.
Yeah, I wanted to take some time to study alchemy and finish getting my proficiency in that.
Yeah, so, and this would probably be then, if you're working on that, I'd imagine probably you guys going back to the crystalline copes where you'd returned. Jim had rescued her father from the mines and it struck a deal with a powerful ancient creature known as the Omni. And as this had happened, the mine has been closed down, and you guys find yourselves in the crystalline copes with, it sounds like a little bit of downtime on your hands as... Frog wants to take some time.
About a week.
And as the guy holding the book.
and
Also,
Vosh
I got some resistance potions and.
should try to get his gem crafting for the weaponry up some more.
Let's see. So you would have time to practice with him. I would say you would just have to spend, and it would be the same for Frog. I'd say to finish getting that proficiency you guys have been working on with that, probably about 500 gold and just the downtime spent to do it.
Okay.
So materials used as you go through, and you had those gemstones you were practicing with.
Right.
So that would pretty much be what would cover that cost.
Reach out. I need a little bit of cash. I don't want, unless you want me to unload 50,000 silver. What do you need? It's another 250 gold. Okay.
So I would use those gemstones to get me to the 100% for the.
Yes. So that would be enough of spending time to do this, where you would be able to get the last bit of those proficiencies.
Okay.
Now, so that's those two squared away for pretty much the week. For Jester, anything for you other than beautifying yourself?
Practicing in the town square, playing my flute.
Playing
flute?
the pan flute.
I thought you had the one instrument that we stole from the Marion.
Pan flute.
Attracting all the town's rats.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Love it.
Oh, yes, the red flute.
You're playing it, trying to, and you have one. It attracts rodents, right?
Yep. So it's attracting rodents.
Can you give me? So you're saying you're doing this for like the duration of the week,
Right,
right?
you're going to infest this place.
Can you give me? I want to say, let's just go with 3 performance rolls. I'll need some dice out too. I need to always remember. I need dice ready the moment I give you guys
how
freedom.
many rats come to the town.
Don't worry, this blister bleeds around.
That's true.
Yeah,
Oh, those are
You're not
bad.
doing well.
it would be balloon really well.
So I will say, on the dice that was a 1, a 2, and a 13. What are the totals for that on performance though?
13 should be
Um,
decent, right?
7, 8, and 19.
7, 8, and yeah. Okay.
So, Jaster, at first, the first few days, you begin playing this music and practicing, and it's a bit discordant. You're not too familiar with the instrument, but this probably reflects you improving your skills as a bard. As over the week, you begin to improve and practice more with your instrument, and attune to the magic weaving properties of both your bardic magic and the pipes you have, because those are magic pipes, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, as you adjust to that more, you would probably have figured out after a little bit, you see no small rodents or critters really appear. And after a short while, you have a few of these small catfolk coming out of the woodline asking you to stop the noisy panpipes. But then as you sort of move to a different section of the town, a spot where it's further away from them and you can focus in on the music, you do manage to attract one interesting creature. A very oversized, magically enhanced rat. No, he was in a different town. This is, for all intents and purposes, pretty much a abnormally large giant rat. So it's abnormally large even for a giant
Like
rat.
bigger than Gem large?
It is at least the size of Gem.
Probably
So
the
it's
size of
like
Bosch.
bigger than a cat. About small dog size.
You're fucking amazing.
This thing comes up and it's like playing a song for a cobra. You see it creeps from the shadows and trees and it begins skirting towards you, tail flicking, and becomes mesmerized by your song.
So still technically small.
Uh,
Small creature.
It is still a small creature. This one,
Which is still
Wait,
but
is
it's
this
a
awesome?
powerful small creature. It's bigger than a possum, but it's
Okay.
very possum stature.
I was gonna say that I've
I
seen
believe-
possums that could be like the size of a cat, so
I would say like
Possums
so.
are big.
It's as far as small creatures go, it's probably closer in like size and weight to Frug's size.
okay.
Oh,
So it's pretty sizable.
That's a pretty big rat.
How much does Frug weigh?
I still count as a medium creature.
Let's say he's probably a little lighter than you.
What
But
about
he's
Bosch?
like just on. I mean, Bosch is bulky.
Well, but I mean,
Because Bosch is
oh.
muscular.
I-
You've got a 20 strength score, so you've got a bit more weight and
no,
muscle. to
18
you.
strength.
Oh, sorry, 18.
2 away from 20.
Excuse me, Hercules. Heracles. Anyways,
Yeah.
the point is, he is a large rat. He becomes mesmerized by your song, and as you play your music, he does come out and continues to come and listen for the next few days.
Getting fed too.
So you feed him also.
Oh yeah.
I would say for the duration of this, this animal becomes very fond of you. One question for Frug. In the week of downtime, what do you do about your carpet?
I'm taking some time to make sure he has some food.
Find stuff to feed him.
I figure with the rats especially,
that's true.
I would say so. There's not too many rats in town. He hasn't attracted any because there's already things eating them in the town.
what things are eating them besides the cats.
I'm gonna do a roll for him. See how successful the carpet is. I like his odds. He can fly.
Yeah,
He gives
at
them
least
an
if you don't come out every night. He likes bats. So.
Then there's nothing else in this town of fairies that'll fly around at night that I would go for. He's successful at whatever he's eating. Can't find the other guy I want. It makes me angry on the inside. Okay. He doesn't murder it. So, Rat Adventures. Keegan. For Hanu. What does Hanu do for this week?
I think he's just hanging out with everybody, watching, Jem do her queenly duties and just kind of realizing that he's probably going to his neck of the woods soon and just kind of like mentally preparing for that, praying to his patron, all that kind of stuff.
All right. For Jim, I will say, after maybe a couple of days of this, Jim have something specific she's due. What kind of plan does Jim come up with?
Player me does not know because again, I was not expecting her to be a queen.
So if you're just kind of doesn't know what she's doing and is kind of figuring that out, that could kind of work for this.
Yeah.
And segues well into a dream Jim will have after a couple of days of being here. And also, where would you guys be staying? That's another good point.
Or stay at the same inn. I know this. That
Jim has options. So your family has
Queen.
your
I would hope
family
you
has
have
a few rooms in the jewelry store. There is this large, ominous-looking keep that has now been, constructed in the town. And then there was also the inn you guys had stayed at before.
I'd say probably say I'll stay in the inn maybe.
So you keep staying at the inn.
Check out that keep.
You could change the keep into your own.
Oh.
I very much like the idea of Jim going to like this, like basalt, dark colored, stone keep, and just adding like little touches of decoration and
Right.
druid craft throughout it. Except it'd be like
Yeah.
an enhanced druid craft.
They're very enhanced druid crafts.
Goes from basalt to colorful granite.
Which, Jim, with your newfound abilities in this domain, you could change the whole composition of that keep if you wish.
Yeah. That is true. I'm trying to remember. The keep is where Dr. was.
No, the keep is where King Club
Yeah,
had
King Club
resided.
was.
Right.
So, as if you guys go to look inside there, you'd see it's more or less. It would function as a barracks, living space for royalty. All of the stuff is sized.
I
to
have
where
a
a
feeling this
giant
was
has
originally
access to it.
Jem's castle place. Or...
So it wasn't. It did not exist before. It's something that was newly constructed since he's been there. You'd see everything there is sized for Stone Giant.
Here.
King Club.
He was there when you guys had come back.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I mean,
because
but
he had
what-
heard the word back that Jim is now in charge.
So what are you gonna do with King Club, Jim?
Just an elected official.
I can't do things by myself.
As a reminder for you guys, he was more or less appointed there also against his will to do what Don Zaburo was telling him to do.
Well, and since there's not really an official castle that Jim and her family has, probably can maybe turn it into I don't know, like a new place, but I'm still not sure.
Do you not want to stay there, or are you?
You could also try using your magic and maybe changing the keep.
She doesn't know what she wants to do with it yet.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. I haven't picked my spells yet because I just found out
That'd be separate though. So
Yeah.
Jim gets a couple of free spells. She is now an archfey and has completed her personal quest line. But yeah, so I mean, this is more, you have it's like being in Sims and having God mode in this whole area.
Everyone also creates her ice castle out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, so basically Jim will probably my flower. Early in into the ground.
So Jim, full like Disney princess mode, starts going around, looks at like the drab, dreary stone castle, and starts just adding.
Yeah, like she kind of feels like she's down, like failed as a queen, and then she's gonna and then she sees this place as a horror reminder of what Saburo did, so she's going to change it.
Starts beautifying it.
Yeah. Do all Disney-fied.
Let it go. Let it go.
Are you guys effectively moving in there then?
Yeah, I mean, we could soon after everything's like all pretty-fied and all gem-fied and...
So maybe you guys have a couple of days at the inn and then move into the keep. But now for everybody else, it is plush, overly floral scented.
It looks like a sugar plum fairy exploded in here.
It's so right. Exactly.
I do wonder what they look like on the inside.
And as you are there, one of the days while you're resting, Jim, you would have a dream. In your dream, you find yourself awaking in the middle of an opulent garden that grows before a magnificent castle, one made solely of great trees that seem to have been willed and shaped to make a magnificent keep, like a almost small city structure within itself. This castle is massive. You see above it magical lights illuminate it from all around, and it seems you're not sure if it's bugs or fairies, but something dances around above the castle like a fireworks show of brilliant bioluminescence. Very much like looking at Disney Castle off in the background with fireworks exploding in the background constantly. But it seems like some kind of creatures are like putting on this light show in the background. Um, and as you kind of look around this scene, uh, it would be you would be distracted as appearing before you is a very beautiful fairy, one you had seen before. The one who had introduced herself as Tatiana.
Oh yeah, so
Oh.
What does Jim do?
Yeah, I think she'll kind of like stare at her, kind of like you're the fairy I came across in the woods. It's what is all this?
Ah, a sight I'm sure you wouldn't remember. You've only been here once before when you were very, very young. This is my and Oberon's castle, where we can overlook all of the Feywield.
Well, nice place.
Yes, many, many thousands of years put into making it this elegant.
Here, here. So why am I here exactly?
I just wanted to see you, now that, well, it's been some time since you were tricked from your home by this sneaky little tanuki. Were probably far too young to remember it, but your mother was a good friend of mine, and I had promised to ensure that you would be cared for when she passed. And though I couldn't do it directly at the time, I felt the need to give you a push in the right direction.
Bush?
Some things that may have needed to be orchestrated in the background. Few things to help you out through here.
Here. Like what exactly? Hey, like trying to find my comrades to find out who I am or something?
Well, some well placed magical arrows in certain sneaky fairies' hands, and few breadcrumbs left along the way. I wasn't able to directly interfere with you stopping Don Saburo, but the point is, I'm glad to see you've taken care of him.
Here. Here. Well, I didn't take care of him exactly. Leonula let's see. Zoldan kind of chopped off his head, and then Lunala kind of put it in a jar. Alright, now he's probably eternally drowning. You know he's headless. I don't know how it works.
Oh no, he has regenerated.
Eh?
Though his form has been greatly diminished, he's actually been, forced to serve out a sentence as Lunala's personal servant.
Well, that's reassuring.
As I understand, he's, been having quite the time scrubbing every single bathroom in the town.
Sounds very fitting. Because he's a little.
But I'm sure currently you don't know what to do now that you've risen to this position.
Here. Yeah, I still feel like I still have a lot to learn, so I'm not gonna stick around the P house for long. I feel like there's some more that I need to learn and grow.
And I think that's just perfect. What I would have recommended exactly. You may not be quite ready to take care of the crystalline copes as Naira Barim just yet. It seems you may still have some things to finish up as Gem. But I wanted to ensure you that the crystalline copes will be cared for until you're ready to return and take your place as its ruler. I, as the queen of all fairies, Titania, will guarantee this.
Here, that you're the queen. I'm pretty sure she would
So,
recognize
look at her.
her.
She's full, this very much looks like royalty. You'd see like the wings behind her. I guess I should have given you a better description.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she like as soon as she's like.
So,
Yeah, I guess that explains the outfit.
so it's very beautiful garbs, full like done up Dolly Parton level hair, like very very magnificent dress with fine jewelry. The wings behind her being the most dead giveaways. They're this magnificent pair of beautiful multicolored wings that flow, and they have like almost that hero cape effect where they like kind of sway behind her as if there's like some unseen force moving them.
Yeah, and then as soon as Jen sees it, like,
That'll probably explain the outfit.
Yes, usually it's a bit of a giveaway. But take your time figuring out what you want to do. After all, you do have, well, should nobody kill you, quite a bit of time to think about it, really.
Yeah, that's reassuring. Okay.
But just think on that. Go and get this experience. Help your friends find what they've lost. Your home will be safe until you return.
she just smiled. Hell, being like really relieved that she's not had a threat. Like,
Thank you.
And then
Vision. I think she can feel that now that she is trust. Because before she didn't really trust her that much.
Yeah. But from there you would wake up, finding yourself back in your plush little bed inside this gigantic room of this keep.
Here.
Way too big for Jim.
I gotta find a way to make this room smaller.
So, for reference, you literally could.
Yeah, you literally.
You could.
Or you could just move into the closet.
The closet is like normal in room, like you're familiar with.
Here. Yeah, but she'll worry about it later.
All right. From there, for Zoldan, what does Zoldan do?
So we're like in a weekend kind of thing.
You have a week of downtime.
Okay. So is there like a body of water next to me or any?
There is a body of water relatively around here, yes.
Okay. I'd like to go there, like close to that area, train with the blade, and also meditate.
Read with the blade and meditate.
Meditating on my meditating and also thanking the OR and everything.
Wonderful.
Because he has to do that. Like and when he like rests, he just sits in the meditative position with vengeance in mind.
So Zoldan,
Oh boy.
as
Quietly seething.
right, as you finish this training, Zoldan, I have a question. Are you finding somewhere that has like a waterfall?
Yes.
So Zoldan
pouring over
Yeah,
him.
so Zoldan does the full, like, slicing through waterfall, practicing, like, multiple cuts, adapting to this new, insanely fast blade of his, where he can cut supernaturally fast. And as he's there, panting, going from this, rigorous workout into this calm meditation. Heavy, ragged breathing begins to go down to a peaceful in and out. As are you doing like the sitting under the waterfall? So as water falls on top of your head, you feel this cold chill, and you find yourself drifting off into this deep meditation. And as you do, you see sitting in front of you, Hoar sits atop clouds, looking down. He raises a hand and motions for you to sit beside him.
And he does. He just gets up from it. He gets up like in this meditative position. Like, is he like asleep?
This is, you seem to be, this is all really in your head, but you are somewhere else.
Yeah. So
right
he
now.
does that, and he just sits beside him.
You're having a vision quest.
Yeah. He sits beside him and everything.
And as you sit beside him, he motions downward, below you.
And he looks down.
And says, Zoldan, your day for vengeance comes soon, though now is not your time.
It's understandable. Vengeance can be patient.
There is another mission, though, one I must bestow upon you, to make sure my will is carried out. Your friend Han seeks a revenge of his own.
Ooh.
I can sense it. In coming time, your connection to me will grow weaker. The place you are headed to, there's a powerful magic that obscures it from view. Something old and primal. But there is one thing I've been able to glean through the fog. There is some kind of devil there in disguise.
Devil.
As you help your ally Hanu, seek them out. See if you can glean some knowledge on this deal Mephistopheles has made, and the location where you can find your soul.
If I may ask a few questions about, since it's been a while since we've talked, Lord.
Ask away.
That rabbit, the white rabbit with red eyes, who basically attacked my jaw, do you know who he is?
Ah, a powerful foe. That is another devil, a creature of pure evil. One who could only be stricken down by some kind of powerful holy remedy. Oh.
So let me write that down.
Holy hand grenade.
Let me keep it straight. I'm trying. I'm trying to keep a straight face on that one.
All right, it's fine.
One python.
Killer rabbit. Me, a guy who has a tattoo of a killer rabbit.
Do you?
No. Yeah.
Do you really?
Haven't seen that one?
No.
I remember that.
Oh my
now,
god,
yeah.
that's hilarious.
You're like, oh wait, I didn't see it.
I remember that now. Goodness. Thank you.
It's a Monty Python reference. Sue me.
Yeah.
Wait, don't do that. Their legal team's good. They got Arthur.
Thank you very much. I will train and be ready for this, whatever comes up front, so I have to be careful. And I should let Hanu know about this.
Oh, I have a creeping suspicion. He has his own way of so. And that is where your vision will begin to fade as you feel the cold chill of the waterfall rushing down upon your head. So is there anything else you're doing for the week, or just doing this training and meditation?
Training and meditation, pretty much. I mean, there's nothing really else he can do.
Yeah. Okay.
And practicing with his thunder abilities that he's gaining.
Yeah, so kind of honing in and training, kind of a good segue for these new powers and this new feat you've acquired as you gain some additional wisdom and learn to be more reactive with your god's magic.
Bosch wants
Bosch!
Bosch wants to pray to Bahamut real quick about the.
What? was waiting for that trigger.
Yeah.
So sometime during this week, Bosch prays.
Yeah. He first thing he wants to ask though about is he wants to get more information on the raw dragon's bane that he acquired and what would Bahamut recommend he make with it.
You're kind of asking a question to this guy.
Yes.
I would say, so do not get answers to what you are specifically asking, but something does happen as you do begin to pray to Bahamut. Because I had this written as a specific trigger. If the next time you say you make a prayer to Bahamut, this happens. So, convenient timing. I know everybody gets vision quests. Some of them. Some of them don't like deities. I'm looking at Jaster specifically.
There's his own god.
Vosh, when do you think this would be as you do this prayer?
It would probably be like sunset, right? Is it
So
right?
kind of in the evening as you're going down for bed. As you begin to make this, as you finish this prayer, asking for guidance on this, you feel a powerful headache washes over you. This intense, searing pain, it brings you down to your knees. As you see flashes of visions, very quick and fleeting through your mind. You see a flash as platinum scales rush past you. You see a bright flash of lightning as it reels back, the pounding in your head intensifying. These glowing runes, very familiar to you, followed by another flash of lightning, now blood red, as your head pounds and aches. I'd say it's probably. Could you give me a Constitution save?
All right, so D20 plus.
What's your Constitution save?
Okay, so it's gonna be a 7. It's a 4 and 7, so.
So this would be such an intense pain you audibly cry out. And as this happens, you see a figure obscured by shadow, a figure with 5 draconic heads that cries out with a powerful shriek, almost tearing into your mind as you feel this pain. Then you see a flash of a face, white draconic scales, a scarred face. It begins to be covered in metal, its deformities masked by strange magical iron. You hear a powerful clanging of metal on metal as the banging slowly subsides within your head and your senses return to normal as you find yourself like doubled over on the floor, this pounding headache slowly going away.
Oh. Question is, would have anyone else heard me during that?
So that would have been
Cry when
who
crying.
you're next to. I would say it would be like a loud cry of pain from Vosh sometime around night for whoever is staying near Vosh. Because you guys would all have the option to have your own
Right.
rooms during that keep. That's kind of up to you guys. Would anybody be like near Vosh? Do you think staying in a room by him?
Big Hunter sleeps like a rock anyway.
Ignores it.
Was the
I feel
dragon
like
like
Jim would be.
he was like getting encased in like a helmet, that dragon head?
I would say so. Vosh, you got quick visions. You see a scarred, and this is like a. You have
white dragon.
just these up close images, like just the side profile of this dragon's face, violently scarred with claw marks. You would recognize this as one of the dragons you are looking for.
Mhm.
And you would see that their claw marked face, it's as if some kind of magical cover is being wrapped around them, fitted almost like armor that
Would I
seems to be embedded into them.
Would I recognize that armor though?
You would recognize it if you saw it. The type of metal and the magic on it, if you saw that now, you would recognize it. But you have not seen it before.
Okay. but I would recognize the dragon.
You do. I would say Vosh definitely recognizes the dragon.
It was one of the dragons that killed his
Yeah.
victim.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but I also saw Tiamat. Which,
And you would know those dragons were agents of Tiamat.
yeah, and it just the second I saw Tiamat, Bosch would probably get pretty pissed.
Yeah. Does anybody come check on Vosh? Is my question.
Yeah, that's that's what.
Okay, I'm pretty sure. Okay, maybe like Jem will like fly by and then passing by his room, and then hear the.
It's like a loud scream of pain.
Yeah.
Here.
It's like, ah!
Yeah, I think that's probably when she like would call the guards like somebody is passing you. Where are they?
Someone's assassinating him.
No one's assassinating me.
There. You sound like you were dying. You okay?
Sorry. I just got. I was praying to Bahamut. I got a very, very painful vision, and one of them, and I would basically go and explain exactly what I saw. Yeah, it's like they were just really quick visions, and saw Tiamat. Flashes of the dragon one of the dragons that killed my my mistress,
Oh.
wearing something that was covering scars. I can't remember everything.
See, this
But
is why
I
I
just-
do my own matching. I avoid these higher beings, even when
Oh, that hurt.
I'm worshiping them.
I'm like,
They're
oh, that hurt.
That's a very nice segue.
It just felt like the headache I would probably describe it as like, remember when I told you not to drink 3 of those Dragonfire ales?
Yeah.
It felt like I drank 5 of them.
Uh,
Yeah, so yeah, no, headache hurts right now.
okay.
It's probably will like turn to somebody.
Like, can somebody get this Kobo an ice pack, please?
They like go fetch him ice and a cloth to put to his aching head.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
maybe some pain reliever medicine.
I'm pretty sure they have that.
They'd have like some kind of herbs or salve to like help with the pain in his head. But it mostly does subside.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling a little better, but yeah.
After some time, it does return to normal.
Alright, you just rest right here
Yeah.
and just ring the bell like a little police thing
Yeah.
if you need
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
All right. Anything else you guys would be wanting to buy, grab, or do otherwise before you begin working your way towards the next area?
I need to roll my hit dice as well.
You should do that. You should have already done that. Roll it.
Do you have a question Could
You're
I-
looking at approval?
before we leave this? Can I go and talk to the smith real quick
6
and see if he recognizes this this
I mean,
material?
Whatever your con modifier is.
8 total added.
8 total.
Or is it your con? Yeah, it's 8 total added to your max health.
Got 62 plus 8.
Even 70.
So 70.
But anyways, so if you describe this to the smith, he has not heard of anything like this.
Okay.
It's like this almost black iron that pulsed with a red energy. That'd be like the best vision you had if it was just this black iron. That
Well, no,
seemed to be
I physically
with some
have
red
it.
energy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What are you talking about?
The dragon's bane.
Oh, sorry, the
Yeah.
dragon's bane. I should talk about. I think you're talking about what you saw on your trip.
No.
Yes, yes.
I was talking about
The
this.
dragon's bane.
Yeah.
I can give him a roll for that. 'Cause
Yeah.
That is a very rare metal.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
He has not heard of it.
Oh.
Sorry, not rolling the nat 20s this week.
Yeah. Like,
That was
okay.
brutal.
Thank you.
But yeah, he doesn't recognize it. Yeah, it's really out of his wheelhouse.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'm trying to figure out what I want to make with this.
Yes, use the lessons I've taught you well.
Thank you very much for all you've helped me with.
Thank you for all the gold.
Oh, you're welcome.
Any other last things for Frog before you guys are going to head out?
No, ready to go. Well, it's been nice knowing you, Flitty. I
Yeah.
assume you're staying here.
Here. Who said I was staying here?
Godlike power and the ability to reunite with your family, I just assume.
Here. Yeah,
But then you would want to stick with us.
Yeah.
I imagine this is like morning of. You guys start having this conversation. You guys kind of early rising. I do have to do one more dream before you guys
No.
set off.
For Jim or
No. Poor Hanu.
It could be a good dream.
Get that pin ready, son. You'll never guess whose character arc we're going into.
Right?
Hanu. I would say for Hanu, most of your dreams are fairly troubling. Very disturbing to you, right?
Yes.
But this dream is a little different. As you see a swarm of ravens you would recognize as your mistresses.
Murder.
A murder of ravens, even. They fill your mind, swirling around you as the purplish black feathers begin to flutter around you and shift to a swirling purple fog that fills your vision and begins to shift and shape until you find yourself hearing a voice calling out, "Observe a vision of your foes, but at a time long ago, a time before their powers were so prominent, a time where it is not too late. Not just a time, but a location, one you may now seek out. The place where the Tornau sisters' trouble first started to brew." And your vision widens out as you see 3 figures situated around a cauldron of a bubbling substance that foams and froths, the purple fog emanating from it, that eventually subsides as the concoction in the pot turns to a pale, white, bubbling mass.
So we're going from a Midsummer Night's Dream to Macbeth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like Macbeth.
What? No! The first figure speaks as it pans towards a grotesque, green, hairy mold face. "This latest brew, you are certain, sister, shall do the trick." And abruptly, the second figure lashes out, smacking her atop the head with a switch made of dried roots. "Do not speak so foolishly. She has seen far beyond your own scryings. Of course she is sure." And the third figure speaks calmly. "This place," or sorry, this would be the second figure. She says, "This place will be no more when we are finished." And that's when the third figure would speak up, very calmly. "No, it will be as if it has never even been." And she stirs at the white bubbling substance, flipping it over as it seems to have congealed some kind of blob. And as it's flipped over, you see begins to move as an eyelid on the center of it begins to blink and stare up at the ceiling above the cauldron. And then she suddenly looks out, begins looking around the room, and glances, locking into eye contact with you. What is that? And you see through a shadow-covered face, an ominous, glowing eye looks into you as it reaches forward, grasping at your face. You try and pull back, but cannot move. All 3 of the figures bear down on you, taking up your vision. You see black feathers begin to be ripped off and fly around your view. The first figure cries out, "It's him!" between giddy cackling. "The one from the prophecy." The second one shouts, "The one who shall be, yet has already been." And the third speaks, deathly still, "The one I have seen shall fail, whether it be now, then, or before. Spy all you wish, little raven, for you shall see us nevermore." As he with long gnarled fingernails gouges into your eyes as the vision is taken from you, and you feel this searing pain of nails digging in as you suddenly dart awake. The last thing you hear in your mind, a hasty message from your patron as she calls out to you frantically. "Town is drug smoke. They hide there in plain sight." And your message is cut short as some unnatural force interferes with your contact with your patron.
Uh-oh.
And that is where Hanu wakes up as Jim and Frog are having this lovely morning discussion. That's some action for Hanu. It's like the waking up, heavy breathing, cold sweats.
Yeah.
Do turtles sweat?
Do
Do turtles sweat?
Probably, maybe.
They're cold-blooded. No, they don't.
Probably not.
So Hanu just heavy breathing. Had to think of the lore, you know.
Mhm.
So I mean, you guys can carry on as you were as you're having your conversation.
There you
So you are coming along.
Here, yeah, I still have much to grow as a person and a ruler.
Too much of people. Gonna be without a godlike ruler.
Here, I found somebody that can take my place for now till I return.
This place that you can trust.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume the rest of you assembled.
Yep.
Honor, now that you're awake from your nap, you ready to join us?
I'm ready.
You all right there, dude? Kind of look a little
I will say, Hanu
greener
looks
than
very tired.
Just
You
tired.
had very restless sleep.
Been having terrible dreams since we got this next page of the books to go to.
Hope everybody's
Oh,
up.
sorry to hear
No clue knows what we're gonna meet this time.
Here,
Maybe some witches, just to forewarn you guys.
witches.
Where'd that come from?
Witches. My dreams.
Oh, you dreamed about witches.
Yes.
All right.
3 witches.
Yeah.
Even
And
Wow.
I would kind of fill them in on
even
the most recent dream, especially.
even I saw a few things of for myself.
Don't get me started on mine. That hurt. Oh gosh.
I thought great last.
Lucky you.
Yeah, lucky you.
At least the waterfall was cooling.
Waterfall in your dream.
No.
That's a dangerous dream. Dreams of waterfalls.
Right?
Yes. Oh no.
It wasn't a warm waterfall, right?
It was in War What?
Oh my gosh.
Cold and showering light.
Well, there goes the PG rating.
To be fair, did we ever have a PG rating at this point?
Absolutely not.
Of course not.
So we ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Hold on, just let me say my last goodbyes to my family before I go.
Okay.
Get off.
Yeah, so she will go to her dad, her aunt, and uncle, and wish them all goodbye, and reassure that she'll be back soon, and
So have not a goodbye, but a see you later.
Yeah, just like, see you later.
So they would wish you well. Your father, before sending you off, would want to basically take the beautiful gemstone that you had, the very large gemstone, and give it to
which one?
the one that gave you your memories.
Oh, yeah.
And we want to affix it to a beautiful necklace for you as a send-off present.
Oh, thank you, Papa.
Please be well and make sure you get home in one piece.
I will.
I suppose it'll be a see you later.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
a while. I feel like that's the uncle. In a while.
Yeah, that's
See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile.
I would feel like that's something with Uncle Forrest would
yeah.
And I kind of feel like Jen would probably say TTFN.
All right. So you guys use the book to move on to the next area? Yep. All right. So as you do, you have this familiar pulling as you are moved magically, ripped across not only space but time into pages. A new chapter.
same.
As you all feel yourselves lurching back to reality, you find yourselves thumping down on a hard, somewhat damp wooden floor. You're surrounded by darkness all around, and after a few moments, you begin to feel yourselves rocking and swaying beneath your feet. Those of you with dark vision,
Yep.
which is not Frog, not Jim, everybody else.
Yep.
Well, that
Frog
depends.
has dark vision now, actually.
Well, that depends if I do decide to go with Dark Vision as a level 2 spell, since it gave me
You would have
Druid.
it right now.
Yeah, true.
I can
I'm
always cast
thinking
cantrip
about.
on
I'm
lights.
still thinking about what spells for
I
Jen.
don't think Frog didn't have dark vision. Hanu didn't have
I
dark
did,
vision.
and then
I mixed you up.
I got it with a incantation.
Everybody but Jim can see in this room pretty much, but in black and white. As
Where are we?
as you guys
Let's take
look
a shit.
around, you would see wooden boards beneath you and wooden walls out to the distance. Those of you that can see farther, like Jaster, could see a lot more clearly the walls of what would appear to be some kind of a ship. You see surrounding you a large series of barrels and crates stacked high and secured by thick ropes. Yar har fiddle dee. That is where I leave you all.
Traveling with that book never gets easy.
No.
Usually it lands us somewhere nicer than this.
Yeah.
At least
You know where
we
we
didn't miss
are.
the boat.
Yeah, that's true.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Do we see anybody else on the boat? There's no lights on the boat whatsoever?
So you seem to be
In the
somewhere under
and below that.
I think at this point we're in the cargo hold.
I mean,
anybody in there besides us? No, they know.
Is there a door?
Not that you've seen.
Does it sound like the boat's actually moving, or does it sound like it's been like stationed?
I mean, you feel swaying and rocking as you seem to be in some kind of motion on the water.
Put my hood on, like.
Put your hood on.
Yeah.
After a few moments, as you begin looking around, you do hear from above you, maybe about 100 feet away, you hear the sound of a creaking hatch opening up from above, which lets in the sounds of pouring rain. For those of you, so who has the farther dark vision? I know most of you only have 60 foot.
Yeah, I just have 60 foot.
120.
I got 120 as well.
Okay, yeah, I thought Hanu did as well. For you two, you would be the ones who could see this more clearly, as everyone else is a bit more obscured, but hears the sounds. You see a portly man begins to make his way down the ladder. As he reaches the bottom of it, the hatch would close and he lights an oil lamp, illuminating maybe 60 foot around. You guys do anything?
Yeah.
See if I could skirt around.
It's like try and hide.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Hiding. You see the three of them go to duck to hide.
Yeah, I'm just
Here,
hiding.
hide.
Jim hides, Zoltan.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone goes to hide. Can I have a group stealth check?
Oh wait, I have disadvantage, I think too.
Are you in heavy armor? I know Vosh is. I don't think it gives.
No. I don't have heavy armor. I have chainmail on.
I have scale mail, which is medium.
16. Or is it medium?
Medium.
Then you don't have disadvantage on stealth. 16.
17.
17 from Hanu
11.
18 plus.
total.
11.
Oh,
total.
jeez. Nat 20.
Oh, that might help.
So what, 21?
18
21,
plus
yeah.
5, so 20, 23, yeah.
So overall, a success. You all would duck into hiding places amongst the crates and barrels, stealthily moving. I imagine it'd be like Hanu and Vosh, probably not as stealthy as the rest. You know, kind of Hanu, parts of the shell still obscured, and it's like a Jaster kind of pulls you off to the side behind some larger crates. Vosh, you know, probably peering up a little bit, like top of your head still poking out as Zoldan just tucks you down out of the lamplight. You would see the man begins to make his way around and begins walking through this as it's becoming illuminated. It becomes clear it's a storage area, so, you know, cargo. And he begins looking through and inspecting the different things stored here. And just begins going around checking different crates and barrels. Seems to be checking on the level of supplies.
Should we kill him?
No, I think we just
Should we kill him?
I think we should just get out of here.
I would say you do see him a bit better as he gets closer, and he is illuminated by this lamplight. He seems to be a portly, blonde halfling man with a bright red face. Seems to have had lots of sunburn to it. Kind of permanent sort of suntan on him.
Does he have little weird shoes with clips on them and a weird
Uh,
pilgrim
he,
hat?
he does not. So he is dressed in like a fairly loose, comfortable-looking tunic, set of like pretty short-cropped shorts and sandals, like strapped-on sandals.
Should we? I mean, he's gonna think we're stowaways, but
Well, we don't know if
stay
it's
hiding.
well, we don't know if it's moving.
We can.
It could
he,
just be-
He
it
said
could
we
be-
could assume it's kind of.
You're at
moving.
least you're on water, so the
Yeah.
boat's moving. I would say from under deck you can't tell
Yeah,
if
you
you're in motion.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
We're
we're
in the harbor. It's probably pretty stormy.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're stowaways regardless.
I say we have to wait until he leaves and then kind of sneak out. Now to see if we are in a dock or not.
So you guys want to stay hidden?
Sure.
I would say for remaining hidden, I would need one more brute stealth check as he. So this is as he goes looking around. He does check the entire area, so you would have to kind of dart around and move to remain hidden.
Just 12.
Same.
I got
So hold on for Jaster. Jaster with a what was it? A total of
It turns out to be 6.
6,
I got a total of 8.
8,
10.
10 for Jim.
13.
12.
So I think the most
Pretty-
fitting is you
pretty
guys
big
are all
rolls.
very well hidden as Jaster. It'd be like you're moving out of the lamplight, and as you do, you just bump into one of these barrels where some kind of powder. It seems to be some kind of spice stored inside the barrel, and as you tap into it, you get just a full shot of pepper to the nose and a loud.
Did you get your nose back?
Yeah. No. Oh, true.
Oh, you don't have the nose.
Oh, it's true.
So it can't be him.
You could cough.
He's the one who did. Okay,
You got your mouth
cough.
back. Yeah, you could
You let out like a cough. Yeah, like full shot of pepper right to the throat, like some kind of spice.
He just did the cinnamon challenge.
Oh, I like that even better. Full mouthful of
Yeah,
cinnamon.
right.
So anyways, Jaster makes a loud noise. He had the lowest roll of the bunch. And you all are like, as he coughs, he turns towards him and like I imagine Jaster without even thinking begins to glance towards you guys. And he
And it's like-
turns and looks around and spots the lot of you.
Well,
Huh. What are you all doing? How did you get on the ship?
We don't know. We just showed up.
Why are you talking like that?
Lunch doesn't know anymore.
Lodge does the same accent.
Yeah, he just does the same accent, just trying to blend
He's
in.
like, oh, just trying to blend in.
Just trying to blend
We're
in.
just travelers. We ended up here by accident. Where's this ship heading?
Frog, give me a persuasion check, Justice. Yeah, Frog. Frog being the first to speak to this very suspicious man. That's fitting.
5.
Oh, God. Not so fast. I'll be asking the questions here. Where did you stowaways come from?
We came from a book.
What does that mean?
Let's,
Like I said, we're travelers.
let's just say we are special in a way.
No,
You came
Tele-
from a book and
Te-
you're special.
I think teleportation spell went awry.
Magic.
Yeah, went awry.
Can you give me a persuasion check?
Yeah. That's going to be, what is it? Where's
It's a 19. That's a
Yeah, it's a 19 plus one. I'm trying to find my
Plus a
persuasion.
lot. It's going to be a nine.
Plus 2, yeah, so it's going to be 21.
Some kind of magic. I wouldn't repeat that so loudly.
Okay.
You will all need to come with me and speak to the captain of this ship. Stowaways, regardless of how you got here. You will either need to come to some sort of agreement with the captain, or be held in the brig.
That's fair
What
enough.
did you mean
Fair
about
enough.
magic? Is there not much magic here? Or is it
I-
controlled by somebody?
I would recommend being very careful with any mentions of magic. This place, the place this ship is headed to, will ban use of any magic or any study of magic. It's not considered a righteous magic bestowed upon people by benevolent gods. Any forms of witchcraft or sorcery will get you into quite a bit of trouble there.
Oh boy.
There has apparently been a series of issues caused by some sort of witcher.
Witchery.
Yes, witchcraft.
Good thing it's our cleric casting the spell, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yes, we don't have holy gods.
A holy man among you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that I take it.
I see. He doesn't quite look the normal type, but I suppose as
He's
long as you
definitely
can
not.
explain it to the church, you shouldn't have an issue. But just, I do recommend heeding my warning, as
I'm just going to keep my hood up because I'm not going to show my face.
if you do arrive to this place, there is a very powerful presence of the local church.
What's the church called?
It is, one moment, is the church of Gilbert the Great.
Gilbert the Great.
Church of Gilbert. The Great.
That sounds.
Can
Yes.
we see if I can I check and see if I know anything about that?
Sure.
Like a history check or something?
There would be a history check for this.
Oh my god.
It is a history
What about
check.
religion?
19.
Doesn't matter. It's the same.
Religion would work, but it's more history than religion.
Oh, 25.
Nat 20 from front.
19.
You
19.
guys will have all the info. regardless.
Am I able to get advantage because I'm a cleric or?
I would say for this, no, because it is a history check. It's not specifically related.
Oh, that's a 20.
20, 30, or
30, 20.
Okay, 19, 20,
I got an 11.
11. I will say 19 does not get you this one. 20 is above.
Ooh, damn. I was close though.
Between Zoldan, it's actually very fitting that you have heard of them, as the god you worship is also an old, nearly forgotten god. You would recognize this god as one who had been worshipped long ago, a god who has tenets of, and Frog, you would have researched this. It's more from your end. You've studied a lot of ancient texts, and you've come across these in your studies. You would both get the same info of knowing that this god, Gilbert the Great, is one who represents light, purity, destruction of evil, and retribution through great works. So overall, a would be considered a righteous, good god, a lawful good god.
Result.
But you would also know that many of the worshippers of this church and what inevitably, in as far as you know, the timeline you're in, led to the downfall of this church was its overly zealous worshippers.
Always the case.
I mean, sounds like a good guy, but
Zealous worshippers, but I guess I no, I
I'm sorry, I can't. That one broke me immediately. Having him go, zealous worshippers.
no, like, wait a minute, no, like, okay, I take that back because that's pot calling the kettle black.
Right?
Yeah, no,
exactly.
that's what everybody else also thought at that moment. Like, how dare they be overly zealous? Anyways, so beyond that, like, moment of you guys realizing and having that short conversation, so this man would, introduce himself. I am Peterson Davis, the quartermaster of the Erasmus. I will need to take you to our captain. His name is John Blackburn.
Hey.
Understand.
I start heading out the door.
Yeah, I'm right behind him.
So he leads you guys to a ladder with a
Lead
hatch. He would very much go attempting to lead you. Actually, well, he would probably send for you guys to go upstairs first, actually. Because,
What was the name of the ship?
the Erasmus.
Can you spell that for me?
Erasmus.
Like I said, I still have my cloak over my head because I'm not
Yep.
gonna.
Thing hidden.
Because I
Kobolds
think kobolds would be kind of frowned upon. So
Who knows?
I still have my hood on, but
Happens.
So,
I'm a turtle, dude. You can't be much worse than a turtle.
Turtle Man,
yeah, true. But
as you guys make your way topside of the ship, you would see this is a large, fairly well put together galleon. You'd see multiple cannons set aside on it, a crew that seems to be moving and working. Very much a mixed bag of characters, as it seems different races are pretty common here. You'd see good mix of dwarves, elves, halflings, gnomes. So there seems to be a decent variety. How have a perception check from you?
Me?
Yes.
I think I did.
still gonna keep my hood up.
Got a nat 20.
That'll make
Nat
it
20.
less suspicious.
Right?
So you would also notice there seems to be a couple of turtles on the ship as well. As you guys are brought up, though, he will quickly usher you away from the general population of the ship and tell you to follow him, bringing you to a sectioned off area you could recognize would be captain's quarters. After brief knock, Captain, I have people that must see you. Some stowaways, he says quietly. And you hear a loud, "What? Stowaways?" As the door springs open, and you see before you a fairly handsome human man with the very suntanned skin, soft brown eyes, and rough stubble, with slicked back black hair. You see, he wears a loose tunic and a belt that has an ornate cutlass, as well as two holsters for strange devices. Actually, for you guys, because you are not from you guys are more or less from Sword Coast, you'd recognize he seems to have two flintlock pistols on his thigh. He's a pirate. I mean, he doesn't look very unkempt. He looks better groomed than the other guy.
Like a privateer. Like a privateer.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
He would usher you all inside of this room.
Once we get inside, that's when I'll take.
As the captain of this ship, I demand you all speak with me right away. We need to get this matter squared away immediately.
Understood.
We're here purely by accident.
Well, that answers my first question of what you're doing on my ship.
We were transported here by some sort of.
They said they're teleported here.
Yeah.
His crewmate will say to him, as he has not left the room.
Yes, our cleric intelligent man that he is, screwed up the teleport spell.
I will say. Yeah. He looks at you all suspiciously, and even with a pretty bad roll, he gives a bit of a knowing glance around to a few of you. Ah, yes. Your cleric's spells.
Anyway, we don't mind paying for our passage. Tell us what we owe you.
Do you even know where this ship is going?
Oh, we gotta go somewhere.
We have no idea. We have no idea.
I mean, going wherever it is better than staying not on the ship.
But from what we've heard, the place that we are heading to does not appreciate magic at all.
Yes, unless it is divine magic, such as you seem to possess.
Yes.
Pulls his hood off like, that's fine.
So Vosh and Zoldan both do like ominous hood pulled down.
I mean, one of them's
Well, I
wearing a
just did it
halo.
once I got out of the rain. I'm just like,
Vosh just concealed rain. I got you.
You see silver skin and all that, or gray skin and white hair and all that.
Well, I think you will fit in nicely. The rest of you, might I just recommend? I don't know who the lot of you are, but you may wish to assume some new looks to you.
I don't look like a wizard.
I would say so. Some of the people here have stuff that looks very magical.
yeah.
That's just the part of quick glance that is given away. Because Frog does have magic items on him, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, but
It's
nothing really stands
that
out.
stand out.
Another
Yeah,
thing
necklace
that I
and
want to ask
label.
about Jim,
Yeah.
I do remember
Well,
from watching Vox Machina that an archfey can had changed his form. Can Jim also change her form?
And Jim, change your form. I would say if you would like to have that ability instead of spells, you could have that instead.
Like, kind of change her into like a humanoid.
If you wanted to have like basically a shape changing ability to alter your appearance, it would replace getting those free spells.
So it's either or.
Either or. I would let you have that though.
Well, at least my magic item won't
I'm
cost
going to have
10
to,
rolls.
think about that later. So let's see. Do I want some cool spells that could help out
Get
this party?
more
I
spell.
will also say if you get that, what it would do is alter your appearance to look like you, but as some form of different race.
And
So it won't change your physical features, but you could look like if Jim was a human, or
yeah,
if Jim was an elf.
yeah. That mean it would be
Very
cool
convenient
and
for a
very
rogue.
yeah. It would be, but also it would be convenient to have a couple.
Frog, I suppose.
Doesn't
Looks like a
scream
bit of an
wizard.
old guy.
You do have a very big, flowy cape that looks very strange, though, don't you?
Ooh.
Clark's wearing.
Oh,
No, he got rid of the ever-flowing cape. He
Oh, did
sold
he?
it
Oh,
for other
that's
stuff.
right, that's
I don't know. What's your
This
guys'
is broken
opinion? Like a couple of couple of spells that Jim can probably use in the future, or be able to change into a different race.
You're always trying to use spells, so that's up to you.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
mean-
like 2 locked-in spells. Or
I mean, Vosh is just basically,
Vosh is a kobold.
yeah, he's just a kobold with a freaking armor.
This is...
He's a fighter.
Well, looping back to it, those of you that do like more magic, he just gives the hint of, I recommend being careful. There's quite a few cuckoos in this town, this new settlement. My ship, the Erasmus, is currently being used as a vessel to transport a group of settlers known as the Pure Hearts to a new settlement on a bit of a uncharted territory. This blank continent.
Roanoke?
Do I know?
Familiar?
Do I know the
Funny you should say that.
when he says pure hearts? Does that ring a bell with any of us?
You could give me a history check.
Okay.
I don't think that is necessary.
Again, it's if your character may know of it, but it would be a history.
15.
20.
History check
20.
would be a 18.
I will say the 20 is not enough on this one.
Wow.
as this is a piece of lost history information.
Wow.
Oh no, sorry.
Uh,
I've just written something down.
but so you just say, but yes, this town has put a ban on any sort of study of magic or use of magical powers in light of recent events involving witchery, I suppose.
And the church has a big hold on this place.
That they do.
Enforce that.
Well, if you are seen using magic, it seems they have few different routes about it, but they seem to have been getting more and more extreme. I have heard for any of those considered to be conspiring with witches or using dark arts, anything that's not holy magic, they're set to have trials soon that may lead to imprisonment or death.
Burn them at the stake.
Tell me, what about innocent people who had nothing to do with it?
Again, I am in no way a politician, practitioner, or even really involved in this. I'm a sailor. I'm a captain of a ship that does a job and does it well. We transport people and goods.
Fair
Is this the
enough.
first time you've been to this new area, or have you done this before?
My crew has done this expedition. This would be our fourth time coming.
So how long before we reach land?
Oh, a couple days' time, and we should arrive.
Okay, you're just in time then.
So you're bringing people as well as goods?
Yes. Well, there's my crew as well as the Pure Hearts who are seeking out this new land. Another wave of travelers seeking a new life here.
So I guess while we're on this ship, we have to also help you because you won't, because otherwise we might get thrown overboard. As you say, equivalent in exchange.
Or pay a sum of gold for your passage. One of the two.
How much gold?
Yeah, I do too.
If you
I think he just offered to throw us in prison, not overboard. But...
if you can afford to pay the fee for
How much
travel.
is it?
Now it is 100 gold per head.
Okay.
I'll pay 100.
All right, so you guys just fork over the 600 gold for your passage.
I'll pay mine.
Give a,
I think that's what the party funds.
yeah, I'll do that. That's fine.
Just marking off the 600 gold from Jaster.
All right.
I'm gonna need
And
to display
I
quite a
didn't
bit of
realize-
magic if I'm gonna tap into what I'm carrying.
That's
So-
oh yeah, you.
So Jaster reaches into his bag and begins pulling out coins and coins and coins as slight raised eyebrow glances over. Yes. Parties and their clerics.
Meantime,
I have a feeling you've seen some of this stuff before.
Again, I don't make the rules of this land. I am just a traveler like yourselves.
Where are you from?
Ah,
damn it, you. I'm from the land of the east.
What were your parents' names?
No,
From the land of the East. I've known this team for as long as I can remember.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
I'm going to go with a continent known as Eastland.
Eastland. Oh yeah.
Oh, no. It should be Weastland.
No, because you're currently headed
We're
to
headed
Eastland.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
They're from Eastland.
And now we're going to Weastland.
No, you're going to the blank continent.
We're
They
going to
haven't
New
named it-
Eastland.
They haven't named it Weastland yet.
We shall name it,
Blank continent?
It's
shall-
called the blank continent. Basically new.
and we shall name the continent Avalon.
The continent is currently unnamed,
Okay.
as it is just in the beginning phases of exploring this
Oh.
strange
Coastline.
coastline.
Only place to hide if we get out of that town.
Oh, I didn't
Unsettled
realize.
wilderness all around.
I realized something. You know that tiara that Jem has? Do you think before we all came here, she was able to give it back to her parent, like her dad, before?
Could.
Yes.
Yeah, because
More
I
or
mean,
less
it's,
your stuff.
yeah. So I think I'll do that. Just like
I'll just leave the tiara right here. You guys take care of it. Bye.
so that's what I'll do.
All right.
Pass that out.
No problem.
I mean, she still has plenty of gems. So
Yeah.
she doesn't need a tiara. She's just gonna keep
But
it
so
safe
you
over
guys,
there.
you guys would pay for your passage on the ship then?
Mm-hmm.
the captain would say, well, a pleasure doing business with you. But before I can keep you on here, I must ask, who are you all? How do you introduce yourselves?
I am Hanu Papalao, and I'm a turtle dude.
You would see, I would say,
warlock, I guess.
for who has a passive perception above 15, 15 or higher.
I have a 15.
No me.
I have a 15.
My
So
11.
perception plus 10.
Nope.
You're passive. Okay, so for Jim and Zoltan, you see this man has what you would assume is like a logbook in his hand that he's kind of checking through as you give him your names. And as Hanu says his name, a strange look comes across his face, but only briefly.
Questions for later.
Sorry, you introduce yourself as that.
Jester, I'm a bit of an entertainer.
Ah, and you.
Here. My name is Naira. I'm a magical princess from another dimension.
Just ignore her.
No, I'm just
Understood.
kidding.
They did not get the reference, most likely did not watch the show.
I got the reference. I know.
My turn, I guess?
Yeah.
Zul'dan and Nelium, and Asamar, cleric.
Yes, the ASMR part was evident. Larry. Sure.
Archer Moonblade, Rune Knight.
Oh, sorry, one more thing for you, Sultan. Which god is it you worship? I will have to keep this on my record.
Hoar.
Oh. Huh. One of the angsty ones. All right. You.
Yes,
Yeah.
a bit of an edge.
But you see, like, as you say Hoar, he recognizes the name.
That's interesting.
I'm Vash Moonblade. I'm a Rune Knight. I've also been kind of being taught how to pray to Bahamut at the moment.
One of those, I think, will come across significantly better in the settlement you're headed to. I'd maybe just mention you're something of a mercenary or fighter.
Okay,
Just my recommendation.
got it.
And you?
My name is FotFR, of Anyone Fuckers.
Ah,
I'm an academician, traveling with these knuckleheads for protection
ah,
in my
so
research.
a researcher and scholar. All right.
Yes, we're his bodyguards.
Exactly.
All right.
I don't know
Well,
about that.
Peterson, show them where they'll be staying. I'm afraid the accommodations here may not be the best, as we weren't planning for the 6 additional heads, but I mean, you'll have meals and somewhere to sleep, but it may not be the comfiest.
It's fine.
It's understandable.
So Peterson will walk you guys off. So now you can see, more of these characters throughout here. And he would bring you to what seems to be sort of communal space shared between the people here. So like a big open section of like bunks, pretty kind of crowded and cramped. You see lots of like bags and stuff as these are people have packed up like all of their belongings to take with them.
Like a pilgrimage.
Yes, like a pilgrimage.
Find a shower like that.
Anywhere I can just like zip a hammock and stuff up.
You like set, yeah, so you could like set up a hammock easily
Yeah.
enough here.
So I just set up a hammock and just.
As you like talk about getting a shower,
It is raining.
Is it raining?
I was gonna say somebody would call out. Yeah, it was heavy rain above on the top side of the ship.
Yeah, why do you think I left my freaking
One
pedal?
guy would like call out, "Oh, if you want a shower, now would be the best time."
At this point, a brain soothes me.
Whatever floats your boat, man. Anyways, but as you guys get to this area, you would see there are a series of different people throughout here. A lot of families. You'd see like a gnomish family. Probably a couple interesting characters. A guy who seems to have like a very ornate rapier. Probably ones that would stand out a bit. You would see there's a couple of turtles here. as well as a small purple goblin. It seems to have an abnormal amount of fur to him. Definitely a rougher looking group of guys, probably off to the corner. Seem to be sitting in the back, like playing a card game on like a little barrel set up in the back of the room. Dwarven family, and then what seems to be like lone furbolg. But other than that, probably a few different human families.
So like these look like the people who are like traveling to the new area.
They all would seem to be traveling.
Pure hearts.
Yeah.
Gotta go talk to the Novish family.
Yeah. All right. As you go to approach them, you would see a normal-looking man, nice cropped brown hair, pretty plain features. What do you say as you approach? You'd see he's there with another woman, and then they have a young child.
Salutations, young man.
Oh, hello. Haven't seen you before.
Now we just got here.
Got here. How? We've been traveling for nearly a month now.
Got this little blue box.
Oh Lord.
It's a long story, don't worry.
All right. Well, I hope your travels have been well.
It's been chaotic, I'll tell you that. What brings you here?
Oh, well, my name is Robert Morin, and
Frog fucker.
there you go for the handshake. We shake hands in real life. Yes, me and my wife Linda, we have sought out a new life on this apparently untouched continent that they have sought out. They've promised any new families coming here to work in this settlement shall be provided a home and work to be completed, a new life, a fresh start.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yes.
Nobody else on this continent at all?
Well, as far as I know, this is the first settlement that they have gone to create here, at least from Eastland. Yes, the church has had a massive part in trying to bring people over and homestead this new land.
Are you going there against your will, or is this?
Oh no, we chose to come here. The church actually, they had offered to allow people this opportunity, paid passage and all.
Oh,
The whole continent without magic, that's interesting.
But yes, we're hoping it'll be a good life there. We had a bit of hard times back where we were from. You know, trying odds and ends for jobs, but not finding anything that could stick. I feel going here, I may be able to find new purpose.
If we may ask, what is it about? Does the Gilbert, the great church, have like a powerful stronghold at this port?
Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't been actually. It's my first time arriving here. But the church does have something of a powerful presence there. I mean, they've brought all these people here.
Fair enough.
I know they. I'd heard they have a beautiful abbey set up there, and regular daily services. In fact.
Fair enough.
Anyone else you guys would like to
I'd like to talk to the turtles.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Introduce
outside.
myself.
I'm gonna go outside and enjoy the rain.
All right.
Join
Join Honey with the Children.
Lightning strikes.
All right.
Yeah.
You 1 second. I pull some deal.
I would come.
You go over to the turtles. Hanu. As you get closer, there's something strikingly familiar about these two turtles. You're almost certain as you get closer, though they look too young for it. These turtles look like old family photos you've seen. of your grandfather, Mea Kanu, and your grandmother, Canela.
Alright. May I ask your names?
They introduce themselves by those names
Right.
with the last name, Papa Lau.
I would tell them my name, but not my last name.
Oh, well, it's lovely to see another turtle making the passage. I'm surprised we haven't seen you this far. Are you part of the crew here?
Yeah, you could say something like that.
Oh, well, you really should check out this new settlement. They've promised a lovely life here. It can be a great place to settle. We've settled once before, and, oh, we had a couple of children that they were supposed to follow behind us at some point. They hear all is well. But for now, we're seeking out maybe a nice place to have a retirement.
Oh, you're retiring here.
Yes, I mean, everything could be a new, interesting adventure. Maybe try and run some kind of small store. Maybe even a library. That would be quite quaint.
You always did enjoy your books.
Oh, yes, I do. How did you know that?
Just a hunch.
You're an intuitive young man. The older turtle woman would say, "Oh, how about a sweetie for the sweeties?" And would offer you a piece of candy.
I'll take it. I haven't had one of these in a long time.
It's this hard,
Werther's original.
it's like a strawberry candy.
Oh, the little strawberry candies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That all old people have, but you never see them anywhere else.
Yes. Well, stay safe on your travels, young man. Maybe we'll be seeing you in the town.
You too. I will keep an eye out for you when we get there. Do you have any place that you know you're going when you get to town, or kind of no idea?
We were told housing would be provided, new homes that they've been working on building.
Okay.
Soon as customary for settlers here.
You all know what to do.
It was some kind of they had a program where you'd sign up, giving your information, and they would schedule for your travel and have a home ready for you when you arrive.
Oh wow.
Yes, something of a pilgrimage.
Are you religious? Because you're a pure heart? Or this is all just
Religious enough.
yes.
You see like a wry smile comes across his face. Yes, this Gilbert fellow is a good enough God, I suppose. I can do some church services until we've settled.
Yes, I get that. All right. Well, it was nice meeting you. I will definitely try to meet up with you once we get into town or into the settlement.
All right, well, we'll be seeing you. All right. So, anyone else, anything they were curious about there?
I said there was like a weird goblin with fur.
Yeah,
I want to talk to him.
there's a purple goblin. He's like abnormally furry, almost like a hobgoblin, but small like a goblin.
Yeah. Okay.
You see, he sits there. He's on like a little cushion and kind of sits off by himself, just kind of looking forward. What do you say? It's your approach.
Never seen a goblin quite like you. What's the deal, I guess?
Oh, my name's Helby.
That would be.
Helby.
What are you going to the settlement as well?
Yes, I'm going to help. I serve the greater good.
Never known a goblin to be very religious.
Well, it's something that I've been pursuing for quite a while.
Okay. I'm interested. I don't know what to ask.
He's very like he doesn't add any more than like
Yeah.
answering whatever question you ask. And this guy is sitting here like deadpan, just kind of staring forward, will glance towards you to answer, then goes back to like staring at the far wall.
No, but I had detect class, but I did not. All right. Well, have a good day.
You do.
And I would just, I guess, meet back up with the rest of the party.
All right. So if you guys stands anything crazy, not anything too wild, it'd more or less just be fairly uncomfortable conditions for a couple of days.
Going out on deck for a smoke.
Yeah, so after a little while, the rain subsides. You have a couple of days at sea. Is there anything specific?
I was just gonna say, do they have like an area where I can practice doing smithing stuff?
Not at all. This is a ship.
Well, I mean, some ships have that, so that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, like a
Does
warship.
not.
Okay.
It's a fairly decent sized galleon. There'd only be a few areas, cargo hold, a main deck, these sort of living quarters, a bit of a mess hall where you could go below deck and they have meals prepared, but it's kind of pickled fruits or vegetables, traveling gruel,
Salted meat.
salted
Is there a way?
meats.
Is there a place like
Yeah,
on
not much
deck where I
fire
can,
on the ship.
like a big enough stage where I can just like practice with my weapons?
I would
Just-
say
just
like
to get-
towards back of the deck or front of deck, away from people. Yeah,
Right.
you just do practice with weapons.
Just practice and kind of.
Yeah.
Sure, that won't seem weird at all.
I mean, Vosh does look like a mercenary, so it wouldn't be too odd for him.
I'm just a
We
fighter.
could go
So.
for a quick.
I was thinking that
I
this.
unpaused. Hi, we're back.
I
Somebody took a bathroom
I
break.
was
It was
going to
me.
say something. Okay.
It's okay. You can spoil whatever you want.
No, it just feels like I know this is Salem Witch Trials us as players,
What?
but I feel like I could just put the intro from Berserk in here.
Hey, that's Hanu's backstory.
Pretty much. I need to watch that.
Berserk, just watch the 1997.
Guess the new one's not that good.
It's all 3D. Don't get me wrong, there are some good moments, but I would recommend just reading the manga.
All right, railing back in.
Real muffin.
After our manga review. So, after some time, early morning, you all would make your way to the town. Which I have on my phone, not on notes in front. As the ship does make its way to port, you would see off in the distance a cleared out section with a peaceful sort of area in front of it. Two docks seem to have been set up, along with a series of small wooden cabins that seem to be fishermen huts. What seems to be some kind of large tavern near the docks. As you look further into the town, you would see it does seem fairly well established. Dozens of buildings constructed. A large square of cut stone has been made in the center of the town. Around it is what seems to be a single well, as well as what seems to be a newly constructed gallows. Gallows. As you begin making your way closer aboard the ship, you would see a large sign that sort of heads your entrance to the town from sea. Written on the sign in somewhat faded black paint is the word Roanoke. Your guess from earlier.
It's that before it really started.
Yeah. I'm in the wrong spot for this. One second. There's a spot that says arrival to the town, which is better. So, as the ship arrives, they will pull it into dock, and set forth a plank as they begin ushering people off the ship. You see many of the common folk in plain clothing, large traveling bags carrying all they own, begin making their way off the ship. People of varying ages and races, settlers of humans, dwarven, gnomish, elvish, fey-touched races, wide variety of people come off the ship. A decent, probably a couple dozen families total, other than people you've met so far. You see the captain makes his way off the ship, and coming to greet him is a rather large man in black and white robes and a black and white hat, with long blonde hair and curls, and a very squared jawed face. You see he has an elated expression as the captain makes his way over and gives him a very sturdy handshake. You see he has white gloved hands, and in his other hand carries a very large book.
Like, is this? Sorry, the guy has robes on.
Yes.
Is it like white and red kind of color?
No, black and white.
Okay.
Very pilgrimy, but he looks more like a priest.
Ah, okay. So I'm wearing black and blue, and he's wearing black and white.
Yeah. But so you all, as far as going, are on the ship.
The hood back up.
Okay.
Same.
You guys make your way. Do you make your way through, or what do you guys want to do
Yeah,
here?
follow
The procession of
the
people.
game
Yeah.
plan. I'll pay him for the way back.
Just gonna keep an eye on
Anyways, goes,
everything.
yeah, we're taking the 1 month trip to Eastland. All right, so you guys make your way down the gangplank, following behind the crowd of people. Some of the last sort of people to come off the ship. As people are going through, you would see there do seem to be a couple of members of the church in similar robes. One of them in armor, one in robes. A gnomish man with blonde hair, and a orcish man with a bald head. The gnomish man being the one in the armor, while the orc wears fairly plain robes. They seem to have a list as they're checking off people as they walk by and speak to them briefly, and they seem to be checking off some sort of a list. What do you guys do? Like you have probably 5, 6 families in front of you before you would be towards these people checking through this list.
We already gave them their names.
But you get the captain. So this is separate people.
Yeah. My character's probably saying we have to be very inconspicuous at this point.
Agreed.
The last thing we want to do is cause attention.
Go right up to him.
Right. So you're just waiting in the line, waiting in the queue.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right, Frog. Does anyone else have like discussion on the side? Is Frog's just ready to walk forwards?
Put my ring on.
Stand back.
You put your ring on.
Oh, Lord.
So Jaster appears invisible to a couple of you.
Oh, fuck.
Here we go again.
I swear, if
I
I
didn't see it.
don't know this
Be
person.
As
careful.
far as you know, you can't see it. All right. So nobody else anything? Frog, you make
I'm
your way forward
sticking
after-
with Old Man wherever.
So, all right, after the queue kind of lets through, Frog is would be early morning.
Morning, sir.
Oh, who do you speak to? The gnomish man or the orcish?
The gnomish man.
So the gnomish man would greet you. Hello, traveler, pilgrim.
Yes.
That's unusual. We had reached the end of the list.
What? I should be on there. FotFR.
Frog Falker. Let me see. He checks through the list and he's looking through. No, I don't have you on here.
What the heck? I signed up like everybody else. I don't know why I wouldn't be on there.
Can I have a deception check for Frog?
At this point, I'm about to go up there and be like very persuasive.
Well, Frog's the one speaking.
I know. It's going to be fun.
10.
10.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
no.
It's not an outrageous lie.
No.
I'll take care of this.
There must have been some sort of clerical error here. You said are these people with you as well?
Yeah, we all signed
They're
it
with
together.
they're with me.
Okay. You step up,
With my robes and everything.
and who are you?
Zoldan and Nelium. Cleric as well.
I was gonna say, you say Zoldan and Nelium, it doesn't ring any bells. A cleric, one of our order?
That's minor illusion on the paper he's holding. And
You did hear them about magic, right?
I'm assuming you subtle spell this?
it's only somatic and material components.
So hand gestures.
And he's invisible.
Do you want it?
Oh, yeah, but he's not invisible to them if he's more than 10 feet away.
True.
I know I'm invisible.
I was hoping we get through this quietly.
Are you being stealthy with casting this spell?
While doing this.
Oh my goodness. I was hoping.
What do you say, Zoldan?
I was just saying, like, Zul'dan and Nelium. I'm a Tempest cleric. We're here on orders of my own. I cannot discuss here.
That'll go over.
Orders from who?
Hoar.
Who? Whom? Orders from whom? He's not educated enough. This guy would be.
Frog's a teacher.
This guy would be, actually. This is an interesting development. Well, please, come with us. We'll have to have you speak to Father Magnus.
Very well.
And the rest of them, are they with you on this?
They are with me, yes.
They're
hired.
I'm
They're
right
hired.
next-
They're hired hands.
I'm right next to him. Just
And might I collect some names from you? We have Mr. Frogfalker. You said you're supposed to be on the list. What did you add to the list, by the way?
Added Frogfalker's name, Zoldan's name. Fish I added all the names.
Everyone's name. He'd like glance down. Oh wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I believe I've made something of a mistake. I do actually see you on here.
Oh, good.
Oh, unusual. I don't know how I missed that. Scattered about a bit. But yes, with this mission of yours, Tempest Cleric, is it something you'd need aid from the church for?
No, the hired hands that I have is enough.
Very well.
They can take care of their own.
He needs someone to read to him.
No, but I don't believe we have any more homes available. The numbers aren't quite adding up here for this.
I mean, we're okay with staying in an inn.
I suppose that would be an option for you temporarily until something new could be constructed, at least a week or two.
I'm used to being outside.
Oh, no, we couldn't imagine doing that for you. I mean, there's plenty of livable places here. Near the docks, there's, not the most desirable of places, the row house, sort of working quarters. If you have jobs here, you could, do some sort of work and find cheap living there. Or if you have a bit of coin you've traveled with, you could go to a New Hope's Beginning, a little inn run by a lovely kobold family. But those for now, keep well. Were any of you are you in search of work here, or anything to hold you over, or is this mission of yours pressing?
Mission is pressing.
Well, should you be seeking work, please feel free to speak to the mayor. Vargas Kindle.
Very well.
Understand.
He'd be able to find some sort of work for you to do should you need to make coin around here.
We thank you for your assistance.
Of course. And if you do happen to see any sort of suspicious activity, not to say the settlement isn't safe, but
You never
There-
know.
there have been rumors of, and he would say very quietly, witchcraft.
You're kidding me. I heard this place was supposed to be magic free.
I know. We try and keep only benevolent magics being used within the city. That of clerics, but evil forces always conspire in the shadows.
Safe anywhere these days.
But should you see anything suspicious, please report it to either myself or Derry. My name is Marcus Rainman.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Rain.
How frustrating this is.
Alright, where'd you guys like to go? You go with New Hope?
Yes.
Yeah, as
Sounds good.
As they're distracted, I'll take my ring off.
yeah, as you
Yes,
get
they're-
closer to them.
Looking away elsewhere.
Yeah. I mean, you were never invisible to them either. You just slipped the ring on up. Because I'm assuming you didn't like walk right up to them, right?
No, no quite.
Just kept hanging out in the back, like I'm invisible. They don't know it.
Yep.
You get closer. I'm invisible. Only your party being confused.
Not really confused, more like just face palming.
Face palming. It should be. I'm just paranoid. Don't mind me. Where do you guys head to? So as you look around the settlement, you'd see large series of buildings, a lot of different places. Vosh would probably notice there seems to be like you can see like smokestack of a blacksmith's and probably hear the banging of iron. You'd see near the docks there seems to be something of a sawmill. Probably smell like fresh scents of a bakery. A lot of places within the city, a lot of different buildings.
Does
Right,
the bakery have cake?
I would say so. If you like follow the sense of that towards like the main stretch, you would see a lovely glass window with on display a series of sweets and cakes.
Oh, Jim will be like, the cake always smells so good.
Yeah, the smithy sounds fun to me.
Hey, Jim wants a cake.
Alright, you want to go into the bakery?
Here, please.
Yeah, but before I do, question to you guys: which sounds better for Gem? Like getting a couple druid spells, or be able to shapeshift to any race she wants?
Oh, I go with spells.
Druid spells.
Druid spells.
It is
Okay.
level 1, level 2. But it is daily cast.
So good, because you don't have any spells really, right?
She does have a couple spells. She has Druidcraft, Fairy Fire, and Enlarge/Reduce.
Yeah, those are good.
Those are good.
Yeah, there's some awesome healing spells.
Oh, I gotta admit, the shape-shifting thing would be handy.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would be very handy, especially since she is a rogue and she can shapeshift to any race she wants. So she could be all sneaky with the shapeshifting. So
Yeah, because stealth hasn't worked out for you that well.
that is true. And she's supposed to have. Okay, to all the listeners out there, her stealth is a 5. 5.
Plus
Uh,
5.
Yeah, a +5. So she should be good at stealth, but apparently the fates of the D&D god.
You don't have to double proficiency.
You don't have expertise in that?
She's got really shiny armor too.
Here,
Yeah,
yeah, see, like, circle right here. Here, it's a 5.
yeah, but you don't have the expertise where you get double your
Yeah,
proficiency
you
bonus.
should
on
get
it.
Yep.
expertise eventually.
Don't I?
Should
As a rogue, you should be able to get it.
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff.
Okay, I think I might need some help with my character sheet later.
Double check that. I think you're
Thief.
How do you go about getting expertise?
Be a rogue.
Yeah, it's like it's a rogue thing.
Yeah, at sixth level, you get expertise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought. Okay, let me.
I just got expertise.
Well, I plugged it, just cast invisibility at a higher level and cover you too. That sort of thing.
I don't even choose.
Jim, she's stealthier than she thinks.
A rogue can gain. Yeah, you could have gained 2 skill proficiency. Oh, let's see.
Let's see. We can choose skill and law proficiencies. Yeah, I think I did choose those.
Yeah.
Might get the
Okay.
option to give you extra ones too. Maybe that's what you chose.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I did. All right, I think we might need to pause this while we discuss.
I mean, you can kind of figure it out. I don't think your stealth is coming into play right now. Just curious.
Okay, I think I might have screwed up on her.
I mean, you can check it later after.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you did you decide which thing you want to your spells or your unique shape?
There. I think I'm probably gonna need some more time to think on that because
Oh, worry about that.
there's a fun. Yeah.
Next time.
Honestly, I kind of wish you had told me a little bit.
Yeah, I was supposed to last week. So
And
you worry about it.
he forgot. He forgot.
It slipped my mind. There was a lot of new world being built, you know. So, anyways, you're at the entrance to the lovely Weatherford Bakery.
Here. Wait, yeah, she just Here, oh.
New distraction, you.
Here.
Let me see.
I'm just showing her expertise. Yeah, she has like she gets double it on. She got it at first
Here,
and sixth level.
Yeah. Ah, yes.
So I would assume yourself would be.
Yeah, you can choose one skill and your proficiency with thieves' tools, and it doubles for those.
See, that would have been useful.
So on your thieves' tools proficiency and on your one other thing, would you have chosen stealth?
Probably.
Or, sorry, you could choose 2 of your skill proficiencies or 1 and thieves' tools. Would you have chosen thieves' tools?
Here, probably at this point. Yeah.
So you have double proficiency on thieves' tools and then double proficiency on one other.
So that means you do
Thing
a
you're
plus
proficient.
6 because your proficiency is.
Okay, so it'll be
So
plus
if you
6
At
on.
this point, you should get 2 more.
I think you get 2 more at 6. It says 2 more at 6.
Mhm.
So she'd have 4 or 3 with the thieves tool.
Okay, shouldn't we pause this until
Yeah,
I
we
figure it out?
it's okay. It lets people know you're fixing things. Mistakes happen. It's part of being human.
Alright,
Yeah, you
so,
get up. So you can have up to 4 skills that you have double proficiency in. Things you're already proficient in.
so thieves.
I've only got like 3 things you're proficient in. So pretty much thieves tools you have double proficiency, and then the 3 things you're proficient in.
Yeah,
4
so,
things she's proficient in.
okay, yeah, so
for 6, so 4.
let's see, persuasion is a it's a 4 right now, and stealth is a 5.
I mean, so yeah, you could up that to a 7 and 8.
Okay, so
Then
So
what was the
pers-
other one you're proficient in?
so persuasion would be a 7, and then stealth 8. Is that what
Yeah,
Okay.
going up by 3 more. What was the other one you're proficient in?
4 proficiencies and 2
Perception and
Hmm.
sleight of hand. So
I mean, sleight of hand kind of makes sense for Jim, I think.
yeah.
That does make sense, yeah.
See, we're squared away now. Now she can steal and crime so
Okay,
much
so
better.
all right. So let's just double check my character sheet.
You got it.
Okay.
You've doubled your proficiencies and things.
Okay.
You also have uncanny dodge and evasion,
Yes, I
which I feel
do.
like you have not used either.
Weird.
Doesn't sound like they've been used.
No.
And double check those abilities.
Evasion says if you make a dexterity saving throw, you only take half. Instead, you take no damage. If you succeed.
I don't think she's had any of those actually. I think she's just been whacked with things a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
And uncanny dodge, if you can see the hit, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you.
That I think she
That's-
definitely hasn't
Has
been used.
not been used, and that is very useful.
And I think I might have had to be a kid. I forgot I had that.
There's a moral to it. You gotta read your character.
Yeah, reading this page, there's a lot of shit on here.
Now, back to our role play. We got all skills squared away. RP session. What's up?
What's up?
Jim, the cake's called out to you.
Yeah, I know. Right now, I'm kind of feeling like I failed as the player for playing Rogue.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us. Usually John.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's not wrong.
Reading is hard to do when everything's exciting and you have to remember what you're actually doing as your character.
Yep.
Also, does not help when you're dyslexic too.
You'll make it up by stealing some cakes.
Oh,
She is not going to do that.
What if they were gem encrusted cakes?
Yeah, look at all those crystals on them.
I'm pretty
They're
sure those
sprinkles.
cakes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not edible if they were gems.
You never know. We saw some
Oh, yes.
weird fruits that were.
Grandpa's recipe, shards of glass cake.
I just imagine it's that cupcake guy from, like, raspberry, blueberry, fish, bits of glass muffin.
Oh no, I've spilled food all over the
Asbestos.
table.
I'm baking his muffins as best as I can.
Those nice big salt crystals on there.
Yeah.
Minerals.
I'm pretty sure that cake Jim would have probably
Okay. Come on, reel back in. Reel back in. We can do this. We can last. Oh,
Can we?
yes. Okay, guys. So,
Outside, I thought.
Jim, you see this lovely bakery where we last left off. You're in front of the bakery, kind of looking into the glass. You see these freshly put out like loaves of bread, still kind of steaming off of them. What seems like some lovely little tarts and treats, and probably like a large cake on display at the windshield.
Here, like,
Window. Sorry, I'm having a. Well, look, you all broke my brain. We're just bringing it back.
It's a giant car.
It's a giant mobile bakery.
We can come back later for that.
here.
It's lovely.
Look
let's-
at it. It looks so pretty and delicious.
We're going to be here for a little while, Jen.
But the cake, it calls out to me.
Maybe you could get a job here.
Oh,
Maybe
actually,
you could become a baker.
like,
Never sell anything.
Yeah, she'd eat it all.
Question is, would she know how to bake? That's the thing.
You could always
Could always
learn.
yeah.
You have plenty of time to learn.
but I don't
People
know how
come
to
here for a
bake.
new start.
I don't know how to bake. I wish I could. If I could, I will make a 10,000 cakes.
I think these
And they'd
people
probably eat them
for,
all.
are looking for
Exactly.
help.
They, you see this lovely elderly halfling man with this ginger hair and beard, and this like very flowered up smock. He slowly hobbles towards the window, and he hangs a small sign that says "Help Wanted."
I would nudge Jem. I say we come back tomorrow or another day, but let's head to the inn.
Okay. Goodbye, my beloved cake.
Did you just flutters away?
All right. So where are you guys headed then?
To the inn.
I'm
To
keeping
the-
an eye open for a place that might sell like a large chest or something while we're
I would.
Yeah, I do want to look
say-
around, see what other shops there are, see if we can find Twilly Bob's if he's here.
somehow I doubt.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
I'm trying to keep an eye out, trying to see if there's any, like,
Magical character.
He might be sneaking around.
Who knows?
Maybe he'll.
Devious smile
Yeah.
ensue.
Could buy a shop front.
You would see. You
You
would
got a
see
shop
there
front there,
is
right?
a.
I can tell.
Second. There is a shop. There is a shop that is labeled Oak and Stone that seems to have different things of rudimentary furniture, things like chests, dressers on display.
Grab a chest.
All right.
How much does this cost?
I would say here, like this would be. Are you looking for like a chest that has like padlock stuff like that?
Yeah.
So like a decent sized chest.
Yeah.
I would say reasonably probably about. Probably about 10 gold for the chest itself, but it'd be 10 gold for a like sturdy lock if you were trying to lock the chest.
Reach out, pay the man.
Yes. To keep your valuables secure and elegance. This is also like decent sized trunk one of you now has to carry around.
Hey, cry.
What?
I got a chest I want you to carry. I'll throw it up my shoulder.
Really?
Oh,
You want me to carry it? I'll kill myself.
Jasper walks with it.
Just do what he says.
All right.
And as you guys are walking around, you see like the town has decent amounts of commerce. These very, plain, humble people walking around and going about their daily business, but still kind of standing out to you all, I would say, is in the center of town, seeing like the freshly built gallows just kind of looming around as you're going by.
Yeah.
Like as you get closer, you'd see too. This looks like construction that's probably just been finished.
I'd probably
Is there a lot
whisper
of people
to
around it, or no? It's just kind of like,
Not currently, though.
yeah.
I'm gonna investigate, take a look at the workmanship.
Yes, it is very well made. There's definitely like some sort of talented carpenters put this together.
Kind of making a show of like, oh, I've clean stuff.
yeah. I'd probably whisper to Zoldan. I'm like, something tells me I'd run to burn this thing for some reason.
No, don't. We don't want to start anything as much as we do not like it. We don't want to start a commotion.
Understand?
I already have
Damn.
plans.
And you would also see next to where this is, it would basically be outside of what would be a sheriff's office that seems to have like an attached jail to it. So it's basically centered out front of that.
Cool. I'll peek in the windows.
Just glance inside.
Yeah.
You would see there are a couple people there. You would see like stacked behind papers. An aged halfling who wears a full plate mail, with a like. You'd see like he has armor beneath it, but he has like trim and proper hair and uniform, very clean cut. And as you like glance towards him as he's rummaging through papers, you'd probably just catch a glance of a large steely weapon on his hip. Seems to be some kind of large pistol. You would probably also catch a glance of like behind another desk, a smaller one, an orcish youth, little bits of stubble and stuff on him, uniform more unkempt, kind of dozing off towards the back at his desk.
I wave at them.
As you wave,
Big grin on my face.
the one man looking up from his papers very perceptively notices you and gives a little wave and hello.
Head back.
All right. So you guys want to make your way to which inn? Were you looking at the like workers inn or the
New Hope?
nicer? Huh?
New Hope.
All right. So yes, looking for this, it's very nice looking. This is a very quaint looking inn. It seems to be a 3-story wooden building, nicely decorated. Seems like some wildflowers have been, planted in here around the front.
Feels very cozy.
Windows formed. It has like a painted trim around it to where it's very welcoming. And there's a sign out front that says "A New Hope's Beginning," with an emblem of a rising sun. As you make your way in, you see an interesting sight. For about 4 or 5 tables throughout here, you'd see a couple of people are sitting there enjoying a breakfast being served. But you see, serving the breakfast is 3 kobold children, almost climbing and stacking on top of each other. Place plates and pour drinks. You probably see 2 sets of these 3 kobolds serving like 2 separate guests across the room. While there seem to be about 6 more of them running around and playing towards the back of the inn.
Shit. 9 kids?
Oh no, 12 total that you can see.
I have an interesting question. Do any of these kobolds look familiar to Vosh?
These kobolds are all red kobolds.
Okay.
Seems like a nice family.
Yeah, seems like a very nice
We
family.
don't see the parents. It's just 12 children.
So as you come in, it would have like a little tingle of a bell. And shortly coming out, you would see this not much larger, but a little larger red-skinned kobold will make his way around. Oh, hello, please make yourselves comfortable. Any table you like, that's open.
Do you have any
Thank you for the accommodations.
Rooms. Oh, unusual. Haven't had anyone asking for a room in a while. Yes, we have rooms. We have a couple available. Or, we would have a few available, actually. Not too many travelers here.
With a paperwork mishap.
Yeah, they didn't build our house in time.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I could give you a decent rate for it. How's a gold a night sound for each room?
Perfect.
Sounds good.
We have a couple of beds per room, so would you like 3 or 4, 6? Three is fine.
Good.
Alrighty. How many nights would you like to pay for?
Don't know. How long?
For a week?
Yeah, let's do for a week now.
All right.
Pay for a weekend.
And would you like to pay for meals as well?
Yes.
Yes, please.
That would be nice.
Do you know? Are you going to need like breakfast, dinner?
Breakfast and dinner.
Yeah.
I feel like we'll probably be out during the day.
All right. So what, for 6 of you, do math for a week. And you want to pay ahead for the week for
Yes.
everything then? I think we could square that away at 30 gold.
Perfect.
All right. Well, if you need anything, please feel free to call for either myself or my wife or any of the children, really. They'd all be able to help you out. Depending on how many of them are available, at least. My name is Dennis. Dennis Thoroughgood.
Thank you, Mr. Dennis.
Yes.
But here,
What was your name?
FotFR.
Brun. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. But here, murmurings. But maybe this whole magic ban isn't going as well as it was planned. You heard anything about that?
Oh, no. Oh, no. The church has been doing quite a good job of making sure there's no mishaps with magic. Prevent any aiding or abetting of.
Excellent. Well, the gallows.
So there are a few individuals the church has suspicions about that are set to have trials in the coming days.
That's probably why I was here.
Yes, there were a couple of people that had risen some suspicion, some reports from the old widow who lives up the hill near the graveyard. She'd seen some suspicious activity from them at night, and, well, one of these individuals, at least, it's a bit of a character. I can understand where they're coming from. There's this. She calls herself Nanny Thistlewort. This older, not very good-looking woman, and she has a house on the outskirts of town where she practices. She calls it apothecary and New World medicine, and it
Sounds
all just
suspicious.
seems a little questionable.
But does it work?
I personally haven't gone to visit her shop.
Have they arrested her yet, or is she still in her shop?
No, she's still in her home. No one has been formally tried of any crimes for witchcraft just yet, but there have been some strange occurrences, like strange idols being found out in the woods, scattered around, circles of stones, dead animals that seem to have been mutilated and had parts of them missing. Things like pelts and meat left behind, but eyes and tongues being removed.
That is suspicious.
Unusual activity indeed.
What was
Maybe
that?
in the
What
morning,
was
then we'll go
the
visit the church, see if they can,
help
see if
or
they can help
the
out.
lady's name?
Nanny Thistlewood.
I would look at Hanu and see how he's reacting to all this that he's hearing.
This is all new to me.
Well, I mean, so, reacting to like the
Part of me, part of my character wants to think out loud, but he doesn't want to because he's thinking like, what happened to due process here?
They have trials.
Yeah, there's
Trials,
trials.
trials.
They just probably are always guilty.
Yeah, my character's gonna keep an
eye
eye.
on it.
As far as you guys know, no trials have happened
Yeah,
yet.
nothing has happened. I think
It's
that's
new.
what we need to look into.
There's people to talk to, figure out what's going on, you know. If you guys
Relax, Grumpy. Let's find out if something's actually going on.
I mean, it's kind of up to you guys as far as exploring the town, seeing who you want to talk to, what you want to do. You really don't have too much direction currently.
Yeah.
I want to visit the church and the jailhouse.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the church and maybe talk to the mayor. They said the mayor too.
At this point, I also
Do you want to like get our rooms and put our stuff down?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Do that. Keys or whatever.
Yeah, so you guys get keys to 3 rooms. So you'd have rooms 1, 2, and 3 on the second floor.
So we're like alone. There's like nobody really else staying here. It
Nobody
seems.
else can tell that seems to be staying.
Just
First
who,
people
like,
that have asked for the room in a long time.
Yeah.
part of me sees like,
I
is
would
there?
tell everybody like as we make our way up, like those portals on the ship were my grandparents. So we're like in the past.
We were in the Feywild.
Yeah.
Book.
Here we are. So eventually I would like to try to find them again.
We also need to keep our, stuff hidden for a while.
Okay, I don't give a shit.
Okay, so I will say, for player knowledge, this is very much the fair warning of the people in the church
Will tell
are
on you.
strong enough to kill you currently if you get caught doing the things they've said they could possibly kill you for. You'd be able to tell, like, at a glance, there is, like, full angry mob amounts worth of people here that seem to be worshippers of this church. And at least a few powerful figures in it.
Don't trust anybody
I'm-
just yet.
Well, I wanna go
I'm letting
there.
you guys know the
The consequences.
current game has rule set of if violated, very quickly goes to the well, this one's going to like become a shit show quickly, and could lead to you being
Sent to the gallows.
at least currently. Heavy recommendation.
Yeah, my character doesn't want to start anything.
You know, it's
Neither,
the-
neither does I.
Sans not exactly wanting to railroad you, but it's set up as that's stuff that would currently happen would have very immediate consequences. So I'm just putting that one out there of you.
Very careful.
At this point, we need to keep a low profile.
Agree.
I think we should hide in plain sight. Let's go visit the church and see what we can do to help.
Oh,
I do agree with you.
I can agree with that.
I was gonna say this is one where it like kind of gotta have a lot of the RP. So yeah, you guys want to make your way to the church?
All right.
All right. I would say at this point it is probably about time for an afternoon service. So you'd see people do begin to gather at the church. A large crowd as this beautiful abbey that seems to have been constructed of very well carved stone. You would see it appears to be a 3-story building with a belfry at the top. As the clock strikes 12, it begins to chime throughout the city as people are pouring in and gathering in pews. You'd see it has like beautiful stone and stained glass windows, very ornate. And a couple stories to it. So it looks like probably you would have some sort of living quarters included among there.
Try to get as close to the front row as we can.
So I'd say, like, trying to get towards the front row, you make your way in and probably turning up a little later as you've seen the crowd's already formed. It's pretty packed. Front, like,
as close as I can get.
yeah, like first 5, 6 rows probably filled up. Near like middle section, you could all squeeze in to, probably find a spot, enough space for all of you.
Yeah, I probably want to be like somewhere mid back though.
So about what's available. Yeah. I mean, you could, go further back if you'd like.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Does it look like something like very beautiful in architecture, like
Yes.
stained glass?
Yeah, so it's beautiful stained glass, very vibrant colors. Everything is very clean and well kept. And other than like bustle of people, talking quietly, it's very peaceful inside.
At least they have the architecture right at the very least.
And as like the 12 o'clock bell ends chiming, people all sort of settle down, and the man you had seen before, Father Magnus, makes his way to the front and begins to give a sermon. He speaks of the will and teachings of Gilbert the Great, ideas of purity. He'd be speaking generally on being kind to your fellow man, avoiding doing evil things, sinful ways, lest the wrath of the gods come down upon you.
And can I insight this guy? Like, just
Yes.
because this is just him with everything.
Yes, and he's this very large man. Again, he has that very squared features, full lantern jaw look,
Yeah.
and the big curled blonde hair.
15 plus 7. Oh, goodness.
22. So as he gives this sermon, you see he seems to be filled with conviction and passion in things he says. He seems to wholeheartedly believe the message he is delivering to the people here.
There's no, like, any indications of hatred and anger?
I would say you'd pick up on this is a very devout, likely very zealous member of this church. He is
like me.
fully convicted to the ideas of what this church says.
And you said they were all wearing, like, all the church people are wearing, like, black and white?
So, like, definitely people that would be, in positions of the church have, like, black and white robes. A lot of them, like, very simple monk robes. But some do wear, like, armor with their robes and would have, like, weapons on their, side or back.
The colors are black and white.
Yes.
So, like, the inside of the church, a lot of, like, tabards and shit like that as well.
So it is, but those are more colorful, bright, like, yellows, reds, and blues. So it is, but the outfits they have seem very plain.
Okay.
So very, very modest.
Yeah, just pilgriming.
Yes, very pilgriming. I would say also general fashion sense of the area. It is very much Puritan, pilgrims.
Puritan.
Yeah. It's relative.
Yeah.
So I gotta be really careful here.
Or just kind of try to, if we're, going to listen to this sermon, just kind of watch everybody. Maybe see if there's anyone who looks a little out of the ordinary,
Out of the ordinary characters.
You don't see that goblin in the church, do you?
Yeah, is the goblin
You
there?
would.
Oh, he's there? Okay.
The little goblin would actually be like happily sitting up by the front row, watching in like awe.
Oh.
See, he's like just probably sitting in the front row, like kicking the little legs along and just like looking awestruck at the sermon. Like this is the first time he's seen something like this.
Okay.
Anything for like Jim or Jaster at the moment?
Not that I can think of.
It's still a sermon. It'd be kind of rude to interrupt.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
I would say, I mean, for Hanu, if you're like looking around for people, few things would probably stand out to you. I think you would notice that there's a few turtles in the room. The two you would recognize, and one you don't. He seems to have like very scarred face, very rough looking. I would say you would see like a very imposing looking furball, taller than Jaster, much more muscular. Yeah. I would say one figure that would stand out quite a bit. You would see a elven woman who wears like a purple turban with bright red hair that like curls down her head, but she has this,
I see that with a
large,
turban.
huh?
I can see that with a turban.
Flowing down,
Like-
like longer red hair under.
It's a hair wrap.
She doesn't have it wrapped all the way. She's got so very much like a psychic.
Oh, I see.
So not like proper turban,
It's
but like
it looks like a turban.
the psychic turban,
Okay,
where it's not the proper one, but the
gotcha.
yeah. I think I don't know what a turban works on an elf. Trying to think if anyone else would be like interesting character here. Sorry, there's a lot of them. I'd say one you'd probably notice is you probably haven't seen a lot of them. There seems to be like a man who has very striking features like that of a hare.
Oh.
He's a Haragon. I mean, but other than that, a lot of normal families, very plain people, really. One guy who would probably stand out a little bit. You would see there's like a guy who you would actually recognize from the boat. Very wild, white-haired, older man who seems he's dressed like more poorly, almost tattered clothing. Other than that, most of the people blend in with the crowd.
Alright, just taking note.
So after roughly an hour, middle of the afternoon, the sermon would end. People would begin to get up and leave.
An eye on that purple goblin. Want to see where he walks off to.
He would walk up and go to speak to Father Magnus after.
I'm going too.
All right, so I imagine Frog comes like more in the back row, would come up to like probably tail end of like them having a little conversation of the sermon was beautiful. I like the ideas you have of helping people. Is there a way I could be like you? I want to learn more about this helping and goodwill to others. And the father would speak back. Oh, yes. We'd be more than happy to take you on. You could begin the journey of a lifetime. Learn the righteous path of serving others and filling your heart and the hearts of others with kindness and goodwill. Wonderful! And he'd call over one of the monks to like usher him away and like kind of like start indoctrinating him into the group basically. As Frog walks up, he's walking off.
I also thought that the sermon was wonderful. We're new here.
It's not. It was pretty good. I will give you credit. You were very passionate.
I think Zoltan's coming too.
Might as well.
Zoltan behind your shoulder.
We're new here, and we were wondering what we can do to help. I love the vision of this community.
Ooh. Well, what sort of skills do you have?
Well, more of a sage, academic.
Well, we could always use help with writing new manuscripts or clerical work such as that, helping to spread the message to the people.
Absolutely, and I would also like to, do any kind of charitable work.
Oh, well, there's always plenty of charitable work. Building new houses, getting the place more organized for the people here. Yes, we could certainly start you on something here. I must warn you, though, Holyman's salary doesn't pay much, but we could provide you with food and a place to stay. Well, you should have a home settled here, yes?
Unfortunately, there was a clerical mistake. We're staying at the inn right now.
Oh,
But we'll get there eventually.
Well, should things fall through, please, feel free to stay at the church should you need shelter.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, it is my duty to help those in need. Now, with this order of some sort of clerical error, if you are still in need of a home, I'd recommend speaking to the mayor. He could make sure arrangements are being started. Those who come here and are willing to work are to be provided with homes.
Thank you so much. We'll do that.
Of course. Well, please, I'll have one of them in here give you some info as a time to start for helping with some of the work here.
Excellent.
It'll basically set you up for like a shift, daily sort of shift for work, effectively, setting up probably more like bookbinding and clerical work to like be making Bibles or copying over manuscripts from sermons.
Okay.
Probably like little delivery errands and stuff like that. And
Go
it
along with
basically
that.
pay you a couple of gold a day. There's something the rest of you want to do. Zoldan, did you have anything for one to speak to him about?
He's just probably going to just like, because he wants to keep up his appearance and everything. Like, he'll just be like, I have to admit, your sermon was pretty good. You're really passionate about it.
Yes, I've been a worshipper of the Church of Gilbert the Great since I was but a youth, and I found it has saved my life and allowed me to help many others along the path.
It's a good thing.
You seem to be a holy man yourself.
I am one, but
Asimar, though a fallen one.
yes.
Well, no matter your background, tell me, are you a worshipper of Gilbert?
Unfortunately not. I worship Hoar.
Oh, the god of vengeance. Well, please, if you need to speak to me about what troubles your heart, sends you along this path, my door's always open.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much.
Yes. Well, just be careful with those pursuits. I would hate for you to wind up getting into any trouble in the settlement. We do have law and order here, but due to the policing here being not quite so established, the church has had to step in on some of the disciplinary orders
Yes,
in the town.
I'm guessing with those gallows out front, that's going to be the results.
Yes, the gallows. Well, you see, I'm a holy man. As much as I would hate to have to kill individuals who practice evil things, some evil creatures are beyond help. They must be slain. But this settlement upholds the law with the input of the mayor and the sheriff. It's been determined that those believed to be guilty of
Witchcraft. Yes.
must have a fair trial. Evidence and testimony brought before the town early in the morning.
If I may ask, with your permission, what do these trials consist of, like evidence-wise?
So, it has been established as a new order.
Here we go.
Should anybody be accused of witchcraft for any crimes that may be committed, any killings, magical involvement, or nefarious acts, that someone may be put on trial, and that any townsfolk may step forth to present evidence or testimony either for or against them. Then, after a vote among the people of the town, justice will be served. Should someone be found guilty of witchcraft, the punishment will be hanging by the neck until dead. Well, it's certainly an improvement from the original version. Originally, they were talking about burning people at the stake. I thought that a bit savage.
Even I have to agree.
Seems like a waste of wood.
Hmm.
It's an old world solution.
Hmm.
Well, in case anyone does that, I do have Zone of Truth to make sure that they can tell the truth.
Hmm. That would certainly help with any testimony given. See, this is why divine magics are so useful. They bring to light things that happen in the darkness.
We can both agree on that.
Ugh.
Vosh is just staying silent throughout this whole.
Vosh is chilling. Jess.
No, he's just like keeping his mouth shut because he knows if he opened his mouth, it's gonna probably screw something over.
Vosh is a radical. I feel like Vosh needs chaotic in his alignment at this point.
He is chaotic. He's
Oh,
chaotic good.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
now.
He starts trying to
Uprooting everything makes way more sense now.
Yeah.
he's just trying to make sure he keeps up a profile right now
Mhm.
with all this stuff.
Are
Yes.
there any livestock sellers or anything in town that we saw when we were passing by? Pigs or anything like that?
I would say there'd be very limited livestock on like edge of town. So as you go like maybe not where you guys have been, but probably further northwest towards like outskirts of town, probably a couple of small farmhouses with sheep, goats, probably a couple of pigs.
Okay.
I would also say like, key things you'd see. There is a like towards the church. Church is in like northern area of the town. Very ostentatious location there. Further back north, a good distance from the church, there is a cemetery set up. What seems to be like a little house set up beside that. Near there, there's also like a bit of a hill that goes up. Has like a little winding trail up it that leads to one of the larger houses in town. Looks to be like older than the other houses built here, and it has like little widow's walk that overlooks the town. Jack looking around that area. Well, is there anything else you guys wanted to start investigating in the town?
Probably want to go look at the forge for Vosh.
So as Vosh goes to like investigate the forge. Let's say, sorry, it's a lot of exposition for this place because there's a lot of people to look at and meet for this one. As you would go to look at the forge. Sorry, I'm finding the forge. That's all a little bit mixed in. Yes. You would see working at it, and the forge is a very rudimentary building of stone. They do have, fully set up forge. So, forge, anvil, things for sharpening, weapons, for leather working. It all does look pretty basic. It looks very utilitarian, designed for things like horseshoes,
Right.
different like work tools, axes and pickaxes, things like that. You'd see there's an aged human man. His name is Earl Greymane.
How you doing today, sir?
Suppose about as well as I could be doing that.
No,
Working the forge.
I have a little bit of experience in that as myself.
Oh. Well, were you hoping to come on as a apprentice? I already have one, but could always use extra hands around the forge.
Well, I don't mind helping, but I don't need to be in an apprenticeship. I would more of looking for ideas and inspiration for different ideas on like crafting certain weapons or armor and stuff for my friends and colleagues.
Hmm. Hmm. So you fancy yourself a experienced blacksmith?
In some areas, yes.
Well, should you be looking for practice, you could work here as long as you're willing to make some of the things needed for the town, get some work done, I could allow you to use the forge to practice in your free time.
Oh, thank you very much.
So basically, he will offer you a job as a blacksmith.
Okay.
Because Vosh is, proficient in blacksmith skills, so he could prove he can do the work.
Oh yeah.
This would be like a decent paying job. You would get 10 gold a day for working and doing that, but it would take up, some hours of the day to do it.
Okay.
Regular, like morning to afternoon time you'd be expected to work. But then you'd be free to use the forge and gain access to it.
Okay, cool.
Making the adventurers find jobs that pay normal
Hard to
wages.
blend in. You're not showing, not
Yes,
working and spending lots of money.
I came from Eastland with lots of money. I just wanted to live like the other half does. Roughing it.
And Bosch just likes learning about new weaponries and new styles.
I would say it's like very boring work because there's not a lot of forging weapons and stuff. It's all like tools and
it does it,
horseshoes, stuff.
but you can still learn like little tips and tricks throughout doing that.
Refining your skill.
Exactly.
To
make it better.
So, was there anything you guys wanted to check out throughout here before we grab
Talk to the mayor.
The mayor.
Yeah.
So I would say, and are you guys going together?
Yeah.
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 For like discussion with the mayor of the town. We do. So the mayor is not too hard to track down. There is a larger, official building for the town. If you went there, you would first meet with his secretary. Should be a halfling woman. Very neat kempt hair. Very modest appearance at a desk up front. Sorry, one. Should introduce herself as Penelope. Penelope Piscott. And if you would, ask to speak to the mayor, pretty much.
Yeah.
So she'd check if he's available and allow you all in. Basically, bringing you into his office. You would see sitting at a normal wooden table, comfy enough looking chair. Decent looking but slightly portly human man with brown hair that has flecks of gray. He seems very down to earth of a person. Seems like he's probably one of the people working, prior to establish the town. First things. And you'd see he has the little name placard. That would read Vargas Kindle. Huh?
It's ironic.
Fresh faces in the town. What brings you all to me?
Yes, sir.
Business already?
Well, the problem is we came here expecting a home. Apparently there was some kind of clerical error.
Bro, you have the deception check again. I think it's getting a little easier. Frog's telling the same lie. It's sounding consistent.
Right? It seemed like that's that hard to believe.
Believable enough.
Then again,
He keeps rolling the
6.
very
What am I lying about?
Yeah. It's very unusual. We have a clerical error, something of that scale. But
I thought so too, but things happen. Right now we're staying in the tavern. Trying to find work around here. I'm going to be working at the church. Boss here's going to be working at one of the blacksmiths. There's no place to stay except the inn. Just wanted to address that.
Well, it seems you are all working towards contributing to the betterment of the town. I could certainly see, are all of you together? Should be,
Yes.
that should be able to expedite the process. As soon as we have another family home available, we could get you all settled in there. I imagine it'd be a couple of weeks though before one will be finished.
That's okay. We can stay at the inn and fill that. Yeah. We just wanted to address it.
Hmm. Well, and then you would basically ask for like names and introductions, just give the normal, to
Yeah.
kind of get an idea of who you are. For the rest of you, Zoldan, Naira, Jaster, and Hanu, did you all have plans for work or some kind of business around the town?
I heard some totals were maybe opening up a library. I was planning on checking that out.
Oh, didn't think of it. Were they relatives of yours? They had sorry, would you have introduced yourself by your last name?
No.
So, yes, I had seen we had some new Toronto residents. I hadn't heard any news of a library, but
We were with them on the ship and they spoke of possibly starting a library.
well, that'd certainly be an interesting prospect. No, I think a building would need to be available for it. Hmm. Anything you're talented with, you may be able to do in the meantime? I'd hate for you to be put out, not having a way to support yourself.
I was a farmer a long time ago.
Well, there's always help needed at the farms. Were you better with animals or with crops?
More with crops.
So basically, if you're willing, set you up with like basically field work job to, pay like 5 gold a day and be just normal farm work.
Sure.
Some sort of alias. Anything for Jaster that he's interested in doing?
Yes. I'll probably just. Some of the people here look a little ragged, and they could probably use a haircut.
A barber.
Oh, sweet dad.
You know,
no.
No.
funny enough, it's very convenient. We've actually had a barber shop in town that, as far as I can remember, it's remained vacant as long as it's been established. We could give you this building to start work right away. I believe it was even properly furnished for a barber shop, tools and all.
Excellent.
Is it right next to the pie shop?
It is actually next to the bakery. But this is like Sweets Bakery.
I know.
We're not above the bakery.
Yeah.
Not above the bakery, no. I know. Well, they're close to wrapping up. Employ everyone, and then from there. For Jim and Zoldan, what jobs do you guys get assigned to?
doubt there's like a jewelry place around.
There wouldn't be a jeweler's in town, and there wouldn't be an
Okay.
established building for it.
So probably we'll go for the bakery.
So you're gonna make the pies.
Is there
No,
an
I'm gonna make the cakes. He's gonna make
the cakes? Sorry, yes.
Is there an investigation kind of thing?
It's a private eye.
Investigations. Well, there are a few inquisitors amongst the church, but those are very coveted roles, and only people who have climbed the hierarchy of the church can get access to that. I wouldn't have much station to try and get you a position there. That would really lie with Father Magnus of the church.
What about a private eye kind of thing?
I mean, if you could find somebody needing that work, perhaps someone in need of, or that may feel they need protection, or if you're looking to work as a deputy for the sheriff, you could be a patrolman.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
Well, I could set you up with communication with Duke Graves. He is the sheriff of the town. I'll let him know you're interested in the position. You may have to interview with him further, but
It's fine.
I think with your appearance and stature, you seem a nice enough fellow. I think you'd fill the role quite nicely. Perhaps better than the other deputy.
Guess he didn't last.
No, he's still there. Peter is just a little, let's say, youthful and not maybe not quite mature enough for the role just yet. But, he follows orders and keeps the peace.
Maybe a little bit of training will do him in.
Yes, it probably do him well. So just to make sure I have a note of this, so I thanks. We've got Frog working as a clerical work for the church. Clerical. Vosh is now Vosh the blacksmith.
Yep.
We have Soldan the private eye. Zoldan PI.
Hey, he's good when it comes to looking around. He's not good with investigation, but he's good at perception.
Not good at investigation, so I decided to become a private eye.
Now, that would
Deputy.
probably been Wash's expertise. His investigations.
Here.
Jim the baker? Or
Yep,
Naira the baker?
Naira the baker, yeah. Yeah.
Naira the baker. The baker apprentice.
Baker's apprentice.
Hanu on the farm. And Jaster the barber.
Yeah, I could do some dental work too.
Dr. Barber.
Some light surgery.
There is a doctor's office in town. I don't think they know of dentistry yet here, I will say.
Oh my gosh.
Jaster the Dr. Barber.
Doctor. Oh my god.
I will say, probably like nice closings scene for Jaster. As you do go to check this place out for the barber shop next to the bakery, you'd see there's small station set up. Probably like 2 chairs set for barbers work. You'd see a station set up with very beautiful tools. Set of razors and silvered scissors. Very nice and quite valuable looking. Different chemicals there for sanitizing things. All set aside here. And it doesn't look that old either. It looks like it's been prepared. It had to have been within a couple of weeks. None of it seems to have dust gathered or anything like that.
Where did they go?
But as Chester takes ownership of this new shop, that is where we'll have to leave off till next time. As
See you guys later.
concludes their first day in Roanoke.
Bye bye.